I don't know.
Where is everyone? Is it the fact that Nick hasn't changed his shirt for weeks that's the problem? The smell is...
I mean, you can kind of smell it through the internet, that's for sure.
See, I scratch and sniff internet in this
By the way, I should have said this before we went live, Nick, but you should probably boost your audio a bit.
You are a bit quiet, Nick, that's true.
Yeah.
Which is usually good, because we don't want to hear you. We can talk over you easier.
And now a man who's taken more balls to the face than the goalie for the San Francisco Soccer Club. It's Comics Division.
Balls to the face.
It's the only way to be.
Balls to the face.
You know, I should have them updated where it actually says Ian rather than
Ian.
Comics Division. Anyway.
Ian Division doesn't sound right.
Ian Division.
Yeah. Hi, happy Thursday. Still talking about the Odyssey. Apparently, it's still relevant. Not the entire evening though. We got other stuff to talk about. But yeah, did anyone know that there was a Blade Runner 2099 show in the making?
No.
Yeah,
I didn't
either.
I did not know that. Why? Why, I ask?
Oh, dude.
They wanted to be a franchise so bad.
They do.
Like everything
we'll
else.
talk about it
to be
because
a franchise.
there's stuff that's interesting about this show that
But
makes me laugh a whole lot.
You're right. It would be a franchise so bad.
Yeah.
But
I also want half so bad in that too, which we'll get into.
So it's Amazon. I take it. It's an Amazon thing. I'm just looking it up.
I thought it was going to be like another movie or something like that. Turns out it's a TV series on Amazon. Go figure.
Can't they just approve the Stargate that we all thought we were getting and then not do this?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stunt casting in that one too, which is kind of funny. Obviously, Emily Wilson is not exactly happy with Christopher Nolan's changes, which is kind of funny. We're getting some woke on woke violence there, which is fucking hilarious.
Oh,
And
I love to see that.
Yeah, on top of that, The Guardian has gone after Christopher Nolan because he filmed in Morocco. Because it's occupied indigenous land, apparently. So more.
Wait a minute, that's very woke on woke crime. Then that's a very obscure woke on woke crime.
It really is. Yeah, it's funny.
I celebrated not watching The Odyssey by watching a real Greek movie, the 1977 Iphigenia, which is about Iphigenia and her sacrifice. And you know, after watching it, Odysseus is a twat and he deserves everything he got. So
Well,
that's all I can say.
That's one of the things that's funny about Greek heroes, right? And a lot of it is that when it comes to Greek heroes, they're heroes in action and what they've accomplished, not necessarily because they're good people. So.
Yeah, well, Iphigenia, Odysseus does not come across very well in that movie. It's the first time I'd seen it. My wife said, "Why don't we watch it?" Because she'd seen it years ago. She's actually a student of Greek mythology, which is why she's not going to see The Odyssey.
Well, I think that'd be all the more reason to see it and rip it apart because it's that would be entertaining. Yeah.
But Iphigenia was very good. I could recommend it. A real Greek movie. Filmed in Greece, full of Greek actors, most of whom look like Brian Blessed, strangely enough, though it's kind of weird. And it was very, very, very good. Irene Papas was the female lead.
The one thing I think is pretty funny about the whole controversy, especially when it comes to the whole Lupita thing, and somebody said, "I just want white people in the movie," and I replied back, "It's like, you understand white people can tan, right? I mean, white people can get darker." That shit's absolutely fucking hilarious.
No, if you're from Scotland, you turn red.
Go tanning.
If you're from Scotland, you don't get darker. You just turn red.
Interesting about the Greek people, and this is something I've actually been looking into pretty recently, is basically the haplogroups that they have, right? Like throughout like the majority of Europe, and even into like parts of like Pakistan and India, you have the R1. R1A, R1B male haplogroup, which basically predominantly during the Neolithic period just swept over the entire continent. And so the Greek people, there's like 5 different haplogroups that kind of like inhabit that area. So it's like, you have the Minoans, which are obviously Minoans actually are quite a bit darker than mainland Greece. And again, that's more kind of like the haplogroups that came from the Fertile Crescent, basically Anatolia area. I think that's like J1, I think. And there's some others too. And yeah, it's the reason why Greeks are actually pretty varied in how light or dark their skin color is because of that mix of haplogroups that exist in that area. So the funny thing about it is that, it's like two things can be true at the same time. You can still have white, Greeks, you can have dark skinned Greeks, and you can have olive complected Greeks. It's kind of funny. And that's like the one thing that these people, they don't look into. And also the fact that, if you stick a European in the sun, eventually they'll turn brown.
Well, usually though, these people that we're talking about don't see people as being small individual groups or small groups. They see everyone as big, massive groups. Everybody's there's one black community, there's one Arab community, there's one white set of people. They don't see it as gradations in between, so it's because they're so used to pigeonholing everybody. But and
the funny thing is, Hob Dobson, actually, I'm going to pull up his comment, which is absolutely fucking true. The R1 haplogroups basically originated in West Central Asia, the Carpathian steppes. So it's R1 is steppe ancestry. And the really interesting thing about it is that there is a lot of steppe ancestry in Persia, which I did not realize. I thought that was pretty fucking interesting.
Well, there is because the Mongols in particular conquered most of Persia.
No, this is before the Mongols.
Well, I know there was previous waves, of course. Yeah. I can't remember the names of all the different
this is
groups,
like towards the end of the Neolithic period. This predates
I'm thinking of just prehistory, not that far back. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. So
Indeed.
it's the Eurasian steppes swept throughout all of Europe, which is pretty interesting.
Because in those days, you either got graped or you got pillaged, one or the other.
Whoa.
Well, the thing that's really kind of interesting about the whole thing with the migration of the R1 haplogroup is the fact that it literally replaced the male haplogroups of the Neolithic people, which is pretty interesting. The funny thing about it is like I was looking into some of the stuff before. The audit. This is like months ago when I was looking into the stuff about the R1 haplogroup, but had nothing to do with the Odyssey until recently. The funny thing is that the R1 haplogroup actually is present in Greece. It's not the main one though, but it is there.
Well, if we could point them out, we could persecute them.
Yeah. But the other one, big one too, which I don't remember. I'll have to go look it up again. Actually comes from the Caucasus. So, yeah.
Is that the big Caucasus or the little Caucasus?
I'd say they probably had the big Caucasus. Anyway. Hi, and welcome to Thursday, folks. A lot of interesting stuff. I guess we'll start with the Blade Runner news, which I find absolutely hilarious. It's one of those things where I when I saw this, like I said, I had no idea that this was even a thing. Right?
Well,
they were
you
doing
do
this.
realize though that it's female led.
Yes. Well,
both main characters.
Well, but only one actor is actually female. So.
Sorry. I see what you mean now. Look at the name of the other. Sorry. Something got lost in translation there. I think.
Indeed. This is on the translation. Blade Runner 2099 exclusive first look at the.
Strictly speaking, replicants and androids could be anything you want them to be because that's transhuman. I mean, it could be literally you can make them in. You could have any parts added or taken away.
Well, anyway. I mean, the funny thing when it comes to transhumanism, a lot of people want to put the emphasis on the trans part, and it's like, it certainly can be right because like the idea of transhumanism is basically, like I say, overcoming your physical form. But it's
pretty brave new world.
Well, I mean, it's very cyberpunk, right? I mean, cyberpunk is transhumanism, the idea of human augmentation and going beyond the borders of what it means to be human, or not borders, but boundaries of what it means to be human. So, I mean, that could include changing your sex to a degree as well.
Because it is the one set of storylines where it actually can make some sense.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, but like I said, I had no idea this was even in production. And so the story behind it, which could potentially be kind of interesting. Oh, we lost Nick. He'll be back.
Thank God for that.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, he's back.
No, he's not. The idea behind it is that there was a war between the humans and replicants, and the humans lost. Which the problem with that is with replicants having a short lifespan. I mean,
unless the replicants themselves have figured out a way past that.
Well, you think that would be part of the story, but the whole thing is it stars Michelle Yeoh and Hunter Schafer. And apparently Michelle Yeoh's character is at the end of her life cycle. So that kind of throws that out. And she is a Blade Runner. And the funny thing about Hunter Schafer's character is Hunter Schafer is pretending to be a replicant. So the jokes write themselves of a man pretending to be a woman, pretending to be a replicant.
Well, Lindsay said, a man who pretends to be a woman is pretending to be a woman, pretending to be a robot. Who's pretending to be an android? A human? No, sorry.
Way too meta. Way too meta, 70s.
So, I have a question. Do replicants dream of biological sheep?
Yes.
They do.
Absolutely.
You'd have to think about that one. Science fiction fans will get it.
Yeah. You should get a sheep detective to find out.
You need a sheep detective, yes.
Oh,
sheep
what's
detector.
up, Corbin Dallas? How you doing, man? But yes, the funny thing about this is, the jokes write themselves, obviously, but everything you need to know, they go into a lot of detail here, which is kind of good, I guess, but we're not going to cover the article, but it just covers the backdrop of everything. And like I said, the idea of a replicant uprising and then them getting control could be kind of interesting. But this is Amazon, so they're going to fuck it up.
They'll fuck it up. Yeah.
Amazon's a weird beast because they'll either get stuff done really well or they will really fuck it up. Because there's things where they get it right and they get it right. But man, when they miss, they really miss.
Well,
it's
Terminalist
weird.
And Dark Wolf, Terminalist, they were great. They were fantastic, but then other stuff, as you say, they've destroyed.
The first few seasons of Invincible, when they were great, they were great. That's the thing. Like when they get things right, they can.
Jack Ryan's right. Okay.
Yeah, Jack Ryan was pretty good. Yeah, it's kind of weird how there's stuff that they can get right, and then when they go outside they don't even make the bullseye target board when they miss. It's like they went to the whole other side of the damn wall when they missed. Like Rings of Power, stuff like that. Obviously, the first season of The Boys is good, but everything else after that was
that's right. They don't do mediocre, Nick. They swing for the fences.
They don't want to be just okay. They don't want to be decent, pretty good, in the middle. It was fair. It was good, but not great. They're going to be either like we're going to be the really good shit, or we're going to be the worst shit. It's so crazy how Amazon does that. It's kind of impressive in its own weird way.
Well, there's like a few things. I need to watch Ghost in the Shell that dropped on Netflix because they're doing like the actual manga adaptation of it.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's been out for a while. I don't know if they're releasing it weekly if they're doing the binge thing, but I need to go check it out because
they do most of their stuff in the weekly format. Most of their stuff.
Netflix, really? I thought they've been doing the binge thing.
I thought you said it was on Amazon.
No, Netflix is
kind of
Netflix has got some weekly stuff.
Yeah, they got some weekly.
Pretty sure it's Netflix. It could be Amazon. I don't know.
But let's assume that you're right. Netflix has kind of been doing like a 1 foot in, 1 foot out deal. Like some stuff they'll drop all at once, but then some stuff like Cobra Kai, where they dropped in batches. They also did the same thing for Stranger Things as well, the last 2 seasons. So it's kind of been mixed up. But then you look at stuff like One Piece, seasons 1 and 2, they dropped all at once. So once again, another tale of two tales.
Well, the one thing I think is funny about the whole thing with Hunter Schafer, they've been trying to make Hunter Schafer a thing for a while now.
Oh, I know.
It's like, remember when they were trying to get there was a a campaign that was started by Hunter Schafer to basically try and pressure Nintendo into casting Hunter Schafer as Link. And then, obviously that when the actual casting was announced,
the missing Link.
Yeah, they got very upset. And now Hunter Schafer is in this show, and I didn't realize that Hunter Schafer was in Euphoria. You
should see Lindsay's comment about Ghost in the Shell. I think it might tickle your pickle comics.
Okay, I've been watching Ghost in the Shell. I'm enjoying it. It just jumped on me. Give me a sec. Sure. The animation is gorgeous. Word of warning: it's different from the movie and previous anime. It's more faithful to the manga. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Well, I've got it on my list to see, but I've got a backlog, so it might take a while.
Yeah. I own the manga. I should say that the one that was put out by Dark Horse, not the individual floppies, but the actual graphic novel for it.
You've
heard it here first. Ian doesn't have floppies. He doesn't have floppies.
You're right. I got the full rect hardback.
So can you
have a stiff spine?
Can you put your hand around the hardback?
Oh, I can.
It shows disintegrated gun downhill fast.
All it took was for Tox to show up, and now we're just like, everyone be kidding.
Tox shows up when the dick jokes show up too.
Exactly.
Is this an episode of Toxic Tuesday?
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it's funny. I don't know how many things Hunter Schafer has been in.
We don't want to know. We don't want to know that kind of information.
That's TMI.
Well, do you know what's wrong with this show? It's got 13 executive producers. That's a bad sign.
Holy shit! Is it really?
Yeah. Is it really? 13. I counted them on 13. Yeah. I mean, you just know the things a sort of cobbled together monstrosity. Then
that's crazy, dude.
Some of them obviously are throwbacks to like Ridley Scott has to have his name on it, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's one of the producers.
David Zucker,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it just
they
13.
mentioned Villeneuve. I don't know if he's really involved, but I guess they kind of consulted with him.
This is a continuation of wow, what a great point of reference for a really shitty Blade Runner movie to go to. Wow, going for Denis Villeneuve. I really don't need that guy in my life at all.
Yeah,
man, I'm so glad I don't watch the Dune movies. I'm so glad.
But here's the showrunner right here. So I don't know if that says everything or not, but
I don't know who that person is.
I mean, just the fact that it's a woman.
Nah.
She's got a silky what?
Oh, it sucks because there actually are good female showrunners out there, but it's like I don't have hope for this one.
It's a birthing person.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Birthing person.
Apparently, she was a producer on the Halo TV series. That's not a good reference.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, that explains everything.
Not a good reference. A supervising producer.
Yeah. So
she's been an executive producer, a consulting producer, a supervising producer. She's been. I didn't know there was so many different types of producer.
She got a lot of coffee for a lot of.
So there's a funny thing is you have Hunter Schafer looking a lot like Deckard and Wasted Away with that jacket.
Mm.
And then some more photos. What?
Oh my god. Just the fact that Hunter Schafer is basically trying to look like Deckard.
Yeah, I mean,
double Decker.
Oh, it's so bad. It's hilarious. I love it.
I was about
to say that.
Is that opposed to Deck Hard? I'm just too confused. I don't know what I'm watching. I won't know what I'm watching if I watch this. Like, what am I watching?
Yep.
It's going to be. Who is what? Who did what?
The blonde chick?
Man. Sorry, who's the blonde?
Who's the blonde chick?
That's a dude named Hunter Schafer.
Oh, that's a dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it isn't. It's a chick.
A lady. It's a man.
It's
a man, baby.
That's Aerosmith right there.
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is
Einhorn.
Einhorn is a man.
Michelle Yeoh,
Play the crying game.
Decking D's nuts.
Hunter Schafer again.
How did Michelle Yeoh go from being a badass Bond girl in Tomorrow Never Dies to this? Like, that's granted, to be fair, that was 29 years ago.
She's stuck in her pension.
It's like, wow.
Oh, the funny thing.
Must be.
So, Lindsay, you know what else is a hard fucking pass? Kidney stones.
Indeed. He found Captain Winky.
Captain Winky.
The funny thing is,
your
I
gun is pressing into my hip.
But Hunter Schafer, though, is still a dude, is more convincing as a woman than Elliot Page is a man.
Absolutely.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
I mean, it doesn't help.
No, but
yeah,
you're right though. You're comparatively speaking, you are right. He is more believable. Wow.
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh has been downhill all the way since Yes, Madam. Really, I mean, that was her best movie. 1985. Cynthia Rothrock.
Yeah. Is there any other pictures from this? That's it. We'll move on. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to this coming out. Which means I'll totally end up watching it.
They need a man they need a man to take a woman's job. I'm actually
We have to do a watch parties for.
I love what Paul Chados does on his appalling news segments. He's like, men make the best women.
How dare.
Here at Appalling News, we believe that men make the best women.
But he's right. That's absolutely correct.
Yep.
There was a gap in the market, so to speak. So men had to fill it.
These movies need a man like comics needs a man. A man to hug and kiss. That's what he needs.
Oh.
He needs a man to hug and kiss.
Maybe he
Come on,
needs some
dude. That
jazz.
thing's like 30 years old at
he
this
needs
point.
Jazz. He needs
What?
a huge jazz.
Let's see.
That
The
joke
joke's
is
30
fucking
years
old.
old. I'm 90. Yeah, do the math.
And you're by I-90.
Look, it's
90.
little twinking division. There it is. So it looks like
Anyway.
Odyssey's going to make $3 billion. I'm awesome. That's great.
No, I
Gonna
mean,
win all them
it's certainly
Oscars.
making money, that's for sure. I mean,
Well, I was at a work lunch today, and people were talking about going to see it.
really?
Yeah.
Nobody at my work has even mentioned.
Oh, it was
Odyssey.
a discussion. It was definitely a discussion at my work, and yeah, it seems like some people are getting so attached to it just because it looks like $1 million. I'm like, oh god.
Does it really look that
And then
good? Though? I mean, I haven't seen
someone
it,
asked me if I was gonna see it, and I said no, not really. And she actually kind of took kindly to that. But it was funny. Some of the guys, you could tell, were irritated when I said that. I'm like, well, from what I know, from some of my friends who know Greek mythology, like, the way I know Spider-Man, these guys know Greek mythology. And it seems like this is a very neutered version of the story. And I saw the looks on their faces were in disgust when I said those comments. They were
Yes.
not happy that I said it.
Well,
How
okay,
dare
the
you
thing-
dissent?
The
Yeah,
thing that
how dare you go against
How-
Christopher Nolan?
How
Yeah.
dare you go against the narrative? How dare
I
you?
know.
Well, okay. The whole thing is the reason why this movie's making money is because it's Nolan and it's the Odyssey.
Oh, of course.
The issue is it's not the Odyssey. It's Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
And
it's not about a guy seeking glory. It's about a guy suffering from PTSD and getting therapy.
Oh, well, a lot of these guys are obsessed with therapy, which speaks a lot about them. So this
Yeah,
is,
dude, I
see,
mean,
that's
this-
the shoe that fits even more.
It is
These
such
are the
a
type
modern
of dudes.
movie because it deals with feelings and trauma, right?
These are the type of guys who will go all in on Nolan. Nolan could say, slob on my Odyssey knob, it'll make you smart, and they will get on their knees and do it for Christopher Nolan for free.
You made an important point, Nick. You said that just because this movie looks like $1 million, it actually should look like a $250 million movie, not $1 million movie. So it doesn't look that good then, does it?
Yeah,
If it only
well,
looks like $1 million.
I mean, again, technically speaking, it's very well shot, right?
But
it's
I hate when I hear that that's something people label to describe.
You should
how
expect
they like
that.
a movie.
Well,
that should
okay,
be
no,
a secondary
from a
thing. I get
technical-
your point, comics.
yeah. Well, the thing it depends on what you like. I like obviously story, but I also like the visuals, right? Technical aspect of a movie. And there's a lot of things that Nolan does in it that is actually pretty fucking brilliant. To
There
keep it
probably
practical.
is.
Yeah, but wait a minute here. Isn't the least we should expect out of any big budget movie that it's shot well? We shouldn't even have to think
Yeah,
about
I mean,
that.
sure.
when I hear that
But-
being the comment that's led with to describe how someone likes it, it tells me that.
Well, I
This
don't like this movie in the
sucks.
slightest. I think I was indifferent till the third act, and then the third act pissed me off, and that's when I'm like, "Fuck you,
Okay.
film. Fuck you, Nolan." But the whole thing, like the what they did with the giants, it's like, okay, that's pretty interesting on how you kept it practical. They basically had a bunch of really short people that weren't midgets.
Little
but-
people.
No, I mean because like the stunt. Well, it's not really a stunt actor, stunt double, but he had a body double when they're facing the giants. So what they did is they got these really tall guys, and like the majority of people, and that's the reason why you really don't see them, is like these really short chicks.
Was that your favorite part of the movie, Ian?
Well, no, I'm just saying it was just really well done. It's like, okay, that's kind of cool how you kept it practical. I from like a filmmaking technique, that's pretty fucking cool. I hate the movie. Okay, that doesn't change anything, but there's still stuff that I can point to. It's like that's done well. That's done well. Your story's garbage.
Yeah, but it's not nearly as impressive as the German officer picking up the telephone in Top Secret, and it's huge. It's not nearly as impressive as that shot.
I always like the one with the
it's
magnifying
almost
glass from Top Secret. He
That's
takes
right.
away his got the giant eyes.
I'm just one of those people. I get straight up concerned when people lead with that. It's one of those things where to me it's like when you're describing how the movie looks, that should be like more of like a secondary side thing, like almost like an icing on the cake equivalent. But when people lead with that as to why it was good, I actually in my mind I don't say it unless they ask me. I don't say it, but I get concerned because this tells me this person probably doesn't actually like the movie, didn't even think about it. They just
Well, okay.
thought,
As
it
someone who
looks
has
nice.
studied filmmaking, there's stuff that from the technical aspects I can appreciate. As someone who has made short films, done stuff like that, and just appreciating the craft, right? Because
I can
filmmaking
appreciate
is a
that
craft,
too.
and
Yes.
that is something that Nolan is actually pretty good at.
Of course.
Is the craft.
Of
Now,
course.
when it comes to the story elements of this movie, I'm like, fuck this guy. It's like you made a movie about a guy trying to get home, not defying the gods, but basically pissing off the gods, going through all these trials to get back to his wife and family. And instead, you made it about trauma and therapy and taking drugs to deal with your trauma. And it's just like,
It sounds like
could you make the movie more fucking modern than that? And
I
it's
know. I'm so
Yeah.
glad I didn't see that shit. I'm so glad I didn't give my money or time to that movie. I thought Gary's review was that last comment he said in the video, and it's like he described Nolan's Odyssey as if you were having an atheist depict the Bible. And
Yeah,
I thought,
dude,
wow,
movie
that
about the
comment
Bible.
really hits home when you say
That
a
actually
comment like
made
that.
Not the Bee,
That is
by
a
the way.
grand slam, huh?
that actually made Not the Bee.
Yeah, comment.
Did it
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
No, as it should, man.
Yeah.
Because that's
It was
very
funny because I was
impactful
checking my
line.
email. I see Gary's picture. I'm like, what the fuck? And I took a screenshot and I sent it to him. I was like, look who made the bee, or not
Nice.
the bee. Yeah, it was pretty
that's
funny.
Great.
But overall, it's just, it's pretty funny. About Emily Wilson just not being a fan of what he did. And this is something we were kind of talking about backstage before we went live, is that, say what you will about Emily Wilson. At least she understands the source material as much as that she did it as a slant from a feminist perspective. And the funny thing is like there's a lot of people defending her, saying, "Oh, it's not because of politics. It's not because of these things." It's like, and you literally see interviews with her where she's saying, it's all about the identity politics and everything. It's so fucking funny. I mean, she doesn't say in like those exact words, but it's very apparent by what she's saying about the whole thing with the patriarchy and white cis heteropatriarchy heroes and shit like that. I mean, it's basically fucking buzzword bingo. Some of the stuff that she said.
It is a word salad of buzzwords. It's straight up like, take your damn pick with the words, man. And the fact that she, of all the people, actually, when I got wind of that, I was like, I'm gonna be rubbing that in. So, because in case more people talk about the Odyssey at work, I'm gonna bring up this because I actually brought up that this is based off a translation off a butchered version. And the fact that I could tell it rubbed people the wrong way. If I hear burnout, I'm like, oh, hey, remember that one lady who I said made the butcher version? Guess what? She doesn't like it either. It's gonna, I'm gonna make heads explode.
You can play this clip here. It's pretty funny.
Well, as I was saying before the show, she at least understands the source material, even if she's put her spin on it. It shows that Nolan doesn't really understand the source material.
Nope.
She gets what it is, even if she's changed it herself. She still understood it first. Yeah. Anyway,
that is true. Well, and the funny thing is that the way she opens it is rather than saying tell us about cunning Odysseus, she says tell us a story about the complicated man Odysseus. And the thing is, Odysseus is a complicated man, but but he's also cunning. So why change that?
She's trying to lead with you questioning him right at the bat. When you have to lead with that type of comment, you're trying to say, don't think of him as a good guy. He has not actually a great guy. He has good decisions, bad decisions. And I'm not saying that he probably was filled with good decisions, but she doesn't want you to see him as a hero. When you make that the first comment you come in hot with.
But as I say, watching the Greek movie Iphigenia, and I read the Iliad and Odyssey at school, but I don't really recall them. He doesn't come across in that, which is a faithful Greek movie, as a good guy. Odysseus is not a good guy. He is a self-serving, ambitious.
He's a bit of an ass.
Guy. He's a bit of an ass.
But like I said, that's if you've studied Greek mythology, you'd know that Greek heroes aren't necessarily heroes in our traditional sense. They're heroes in act, but typically they're terribly flawed individuals.
Full of human frailty. Yes.
Yeah, they really are, and that's the thing. I was watching Trigonometry, and they had this one guy. They filmed it before the movie came out, and he was talking about they're asking him, it's like, do you think that the ancient Greeks really understood the human condition more so than people in modern times? And he's like, yes. And that's a lot of it is that the Greeks didn't fucking sugarcoat anything, right? And that's why, I mean, you had, comedies and tragedies, and, you could say that both the stories of the Iliad and the Odyssey are both, tragedies. Not like the whole thing with Oedipus or anything like that. But take a look at what happens with Achilles, and you take a look at the trials that happen with Odysseus to get back home. But in a lot of ways, it is about kind of the redemption of Odysseus as he goes through these trials, and ultimately he just wants to get back home to his wife and children.
It's almost as if he's going on a hero's journey, and it might be where that whole thing initiated in our lexicon.
It's kind of there. I would say the Greeks probably don't have the traditional hero's journey, because like if you look at any of the stories about Hercules, Hercules is kind of a bastard.
Yes.
It's funny because like there's this, and I swear to God, I know I'm going to get the jokes for this.
Paraphrasing.
Well, no, it's because he encounters these two midgets, and they're, I guess, like, I don't remember what exactly they do, but they're like tricksters or do something. But so he gets pissed off, straps them both to the ends of a stick, and like slings them over their shoulder, and they're hanging upside down behind him, and they call him the brown bottom man. It's like, interpret that as you will. It could mean the fact the dude doesn't wipe or he has a really tanned ass. I don't know. But I always thought that was pretty funny that these two individuals call him the brown bottom man.
Brown bomber. That's really shitty.
But yeah, I mean, Hercules, he's kind of a shitty person. So, yeah. Anyway, let's watch this clip where Emily Wilson's being interviewed by this woman, and she talks about how Odysseus is out for glory, which is true, and that's like completely absent from the movie, and that could also be one of her criticisms of Odysseus, is that he's out for glory. So,
what did you think about the film in terms of this notion of the Odyssey as an anti-war text?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought it. I want to, not spoil anything about the film because I know the majority of people haven't seen the film. I mean, the film has these flashbacks to the Trojan War. I'm not sure if I see it as an entirely anti-war film, but it certainly presents us with an Odysseus who feels very bad about certain things that he's done in war and is struggling to process them in a very, I would say, very modern psychiatrized way. And he's struggling to process them and needs drugs to do so for help with his recovery.
Right.
And he seems to feel bad about being a warrior, and we never actually get to see him doing much warrioring, which I thought in a way was a bit of a shame. I mean, we do get to see the boat, which is lovely, but I think in some ways, I mean, I was realizing, thinking about the film, there's a tolerance for ambiguity in the world of the Odyssey, which I don't think there exactly is in the world of Hollywood blockbuster action films.
Right.
And I think that's one of the big challenges for Nolan.
Sure,
right?
there is.
That he has to make the protagonist a likable all-American hero,
right?
Which is a real challenge if you're basing this on a poem where the hero is not necessarily motivated by romantic love or being a nice suburban parent, but actually he wants glory, and he wants to get spoils from the sack of a city, which is. You'll see what Nolan does with all of that, but it's different things from what
he wants to be Gloria.
I kept looking in vain for a sense that this was a film about glory. I think it's a film that has some interest in shame, but I don't think it has any interest in glory.
Oh.
I was going to ask you sort of if
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't expect that. Wow.
So the interesting thing about it is that her dad was on Pierce Morgan.
Yeah, I saw
when Gary
that with
was
Gary
on.
and Drinker.
Yeah. And it's interesting. So she's like British American. So her father's British. I guess maybe her mom is American. But yeah, if you actually Google her, it'll say that she's a British American. Or it could be the fact that she's from the UK and has moved to America. So that there could be that. But yes, she is British.
From the book that you wish had been in the movie, or tonalities, or if you had written the screenplay, are there moments you would have loved to include?
I mean, this is a very different adaptation from any that I would have done. So I think but it is very much in tune with things that Nolan has been obsessed with his whole career.
Right.
So I think, if you're a Nolan fan,
that's the key word. And I can't believe I'm with Emily Wilson in agreement. This seems like one of those things where if you worship the ground that Christopher Nolan walks on, which there's a good amount of people, they're going to accept anything he puts out there because his movies look visually nice. Once again, it's not a knock on the idea and art of movies looking visually nice. It's just one of those things where that should be, in my opinion, a secondary thing of what makes the movie good. Because a movie can still look good, but it still also needs to actually be good. When people tell me how the movie's good because it looks nice is very concerning. And that is something I could say about a lot of the Nolan movies. They look nice, but are they entertaining to watch? Do I feel something when I watch them? Most of the time, no.
Yep. The conversation around it, especially like the depiction of the Greeks, is funny. And somebody posted this thing. They posted the Indian guy. He says the Greeks look more like He looks more like Greeks than any other cast. It's like, no, that's an Indian dude. The Indians don't look like Greek people.
They're reaching, man. They're just
reaching. They really are.
They
like you said,
it's very hard.
It's fucking insane. It's like, guys, Greeks are light skinned and dark skinned. It's like they have a complete range, a spectrum of being, looking like regular Europeans as far as skin color to olive complexion to being pretty dark. And again, white people can tan.
Yeah,
if you're in the sun a lot, you get pretty fucking brown. And the funny thing, is that I used to be a lifeguard a long time ago, and there was a guy that I worked with named Fritz, and for the longest time, I thought, the name kind of gives it away, I thought he was Hispanic, and I saw he showed me his driver's license, and before he got really tanned, it's like, holy shit, like he was dark. We were making jokes like Fritz is getting ready to change races because of how dark he was getting from being in the sun. He was that dark, and like I said, his driver's license, yeah, he's a white guy.
We need release McCracken or someone to make lifeguard division. I need this AI photo made of lifeguard division. It sounds amazing to see this. I don't know who's worse, the Snyder Bros or the Nolan Bros. I'm actually starting to think the Nolan Bros are. Maybe it's because Nolan's movie's more recent, so it's kind of stuck in my head now. So now I feel like Snyder Bros have gone down a notch. But man, the worst around Nolan. And I don't even hate everything he's done. Like I said, there's stuff of his I like, but he's definitely made movies. I'm like, what is the appeal here? I remember when I watched Interstellar, I was like, I was trying very hard not to fall asleep, and I hate sleeping. I hate it with a passion. But I love the shit out of Batman Begins. And keywords, love the shit out of it. Love it. And even with its flaws aside, I love it. I think, in my opinion, it's the one that's aged the best out of the Dark Knight trilogy. But man, Interstellar, and I never understood Inception. Never.
I must admit, I love Inception.
I love it. That's fine.
That's probably his best
proper
movie.
Mind bending. Yeah. Proper mind. Oh,
I like Interstellar. It's a good movie, but I understand why people don't like it. And I'm not gonna be like, well, you just don't understand it. It's like, that is the most retarded fucking thing to say.
He's made some good movies, but he's made some clunkers too.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Tenet.
So Spielberg,
he makes nothing but clunkers now.
I wanted to like Tenet. I still haven't seen Oppenheimer, so who knows? Maybe I might watch. I still somehow end up liking Oppenheimer. But I want to watch that, and maybe it's just me. And I'll admit, this could be a me problem. I didn't understand what was going on in the entire movie.
I liked the concept, but I really didn't like the way it was filmed, and it was far too confusing.
So you were confused too by?
Which movie?
Tenet.
I didn't understand the movie. I didn't understand it.
It felt like there was something missing.
I defend it slightly. Okay. I thought the way it was done was interesting. I think it has major issues, obviously.
The sound is terrible.
Oh, God. That's like my biggest fucking complaint right there is
fucking awful sound in it.
Yeah, the sound mixing in that movie is fucking
Funnily
terrible.
Enough, it was the movie where I actually thought Robert Pattinson was pretty good. And before I was like, well, that's that sparkly guy. I thought he was actually good in Tenet.
Him and was it David Washington were great in that movie.
Yeah, they were all right, yeah.
I agree on that. I did like the performances of David Washington and Robert Pattinson. I have heard good things about Pattinson in The Odyssey, and he probably is good. I think he's a great actor who was probably just given really bad material for his Batman movie, but I'm sure with the right script, he'd probably be decent. But yeah.
But the idea, I love how like when you're like reversing time and it looks like they're going backwards and whatnot, it's like, I thought that was a fucking interesting concept. I really did. Like I said,
it just became extremely confusing, and I like hard science fiction stuff.
Yeah,
but I found it a struggle to figure out what was going on at times, especially with the sound being so bad.
Yeah,
I didn't have that issue with the sound. I heard a lot about that. I didn't really. Maybe it's because I didn't see it in theater. I just saw it at home. I didn't have any of those sound issues that a lot of people.
You didn't see the theater. I saw the theater, and it's like
it was a mess. Couldn't make out a word. Yeah,
his excuse is like, you're paying attention to what's going on. It's like, but I like to hear what the fuck is being said.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people said you didn't miss anything.
Sometimes it's critical to the plot.
Yeah, sometimes it's kind of critical to the story.
It was a good concept, but I actually think it might be a concept that is too difficult to film in an appealing way.
Rank Oppenheimer.
I haven't seen Oppenheimer, honestly.
I'm not. It was okay, but I'm not.
It's not a movie I honestly really wanted to rush out and see.
No, I wasn't bothered.
Like I haven't seen Dunkirk either, and
no, I've seen Dunkirk, and I did enjoy Dunkirk. I did like it, and I felt it was fairly faithful to the spirit of the historic event that was. So, especially with the small boats coming to pick the guys. He
didn't make it about depression and trauma and coming to terms with your grief.
There were some side stories with a couple of guys that were. Yeah, a couple of soldiers or one guy in particular that wasn't great. I wouldn't say he was particularly a good character, but generally there was a lot. And I like Tom Hardy was great. Showing the pilots and what they did to try and save these guys on the beach. So I felt Dunkirk was pretty good. Wasn't the best movie I've ever seen. It wasn't the best war movie I've ever seen, but it was pretty good. And I think he was pretty respectful of the source material, if you want to call it that, because it's a real life event,
I think probably
he was respectful of the source material with that. Well, I mean, I commend that. That's great. I applaud that. So then, if he was so respectful for that, what made him do a 180 with this?
I don't know. That's what. I considered him to be a guy who wouldn't have done something like he's done with the Odyssey.
That's one of the issues right there, is the fact that this is a movie that, again, to quote Gary, you kind of have to believe in the Bible if you want to, make a movie about it, right? You can't be an atheist and make a movie about the Bible. It's the same thing. You have to be someone that can, even if you don't believe in the fantastical, you can still indulge yourself in believing it, right? The problem is that you're taking a mythological tale, and again, I understand. This is one thing I keep explaining to people when they say it's fake, it's fiction. It's fiction, bro. It's fiction. Why does it matter? Mythology and tales like this, especially when it comes from oral tradition, there is a kernel of truth to that story. And as it gets repeated over and over again is when it gets embellished and changes and takes on new forms when it passes from storyteller to storyteller and being retold over and over again. The story just evolves. And to say that the events of the Odyssey is 100% fiction is very dismissive of the human experience, right? Which was what this story is about. It's about the human condition and the human experience.
So Dr. Michael Jones mentioned The Last Temptation of Christ. That's a good example.
You know why it's dismissive, though, Conks. There's a reason for it. It's because they're trying to get
so they can justify race swaps and the changes that were made.
They want to justify race swaps. They want to get you to shut up. It's kind of like when they say, oh, you can't say that movie trailer looks the bad. You haven't even seen the movie. It's like, okay, well, then you can't say that the trailer looks good because you haven't seen the movie either. It's just them trying to get you shut because they don't want people to challenge any of their comments. They want to be exempt from criticism.
So even if you say,
but what I'm getting at is that to make a movie like this, you have to understand history and the time period, because the Minoans, not the Minoans, the Mycenaeans were a real people with a real history. This is not fiction. And to just brush it off as being fiction and fake is very dismissive to, this story. And
this is the point I would make. This is the point I would make. You can say it's mythology and that it's fake and it isn't real history, but the story as written still contains certain character motivations, actions, and all of that stuff.
It's still about a group of people.
And you cannot therefore say, well, it's all fake, so therefore we can change those motivations. We can change who the characters are, make them do things they didn't do or wouldn't be likely to do. That's a big difference from saying, well, it's all fake. You have to be faithful to those motivations and those characters whether you believe it's fictional or not.
Mhm.
And as you say, there's a kernel of historic truth in
Yeah.
the Iliad. And,
Well, and the thing that Ninja Master points
the
out is that
Odyssey.
the Trojan War was real. Well, okay,
the city
we know
is
Troy is real. Okay, we know that Troy 6 and 7A were destroyed by fire, and what was it actually the Greeks that did it? No, it's a very good possibility. But we know that the city exists. We know that during the time of the late Bronze Age, there was damage to the city. There was fire. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a very good possibility that the Trojan War was real. And that this isn't a reaccounting of it.
There's very little physical evidence to suggest that the Trojan War happened in the way it's portrayed.
Right.
Particularly, but there are some people who argue that the geographical details of the city that is now known to be Troy, or was discovered that we call Troy, may have suggested that there was a battle there because of the details given in the story.
There's a lot of physical descriptions of that area that do line up with Homer's.
Yes, so that's part of the support that, yes, there was a battle. But, there's those who argue that it's all fictional. There's those who argue that it's all extremely close to real prehistory, and those who say, well, it's somewhere in between. So Anyway, the people that certainly was they did, I don't remember when they uncovered it, but there is a city it's in Turkey that was identified as being the historical Troy, although it wasn't called Troy then.
No. Well, I mean, the funny thing about it is a lot of things that we call things typically is not because language gets lost, right?
Yeah, well, it's oral history only.
Oral history. We don't know what a lot of these civilizations called themselves. It's like, we call the Aztecs, but they're really the Mexica.
Didn't they go around saying, "Hey, we're Bronze Age men"?
Yeah.
We're in the Bronze Age.
Well, that's the funny thing about it is that, they would have no fucking clue that they're in the Bronze Age.
Our
age of bronze has come to an end. And it's
what are you talking about?
Did you really just say the fucking Bronze Age?
It's like Critical Drinker talked about this.
That's not a joke. They actually said the Bronze Age.
They actually said that. He says at the end of the movie, our age of bronze is coming to an end.
I mean, you would have no concept of that.
They're in the Bronze Age. That's terminology we came up with, okay? It's we call the current age, there's like the nuclear age, the Industrial Revolution, the nuclear age. Now we're in the computer age. I guess now it's the age of AI.
Did they actually say we're going on an Odyssey? I heard something about that. Is that actually true?
I don't remember hearing that.
I don't know.
I don't remember
whoever
hearing
saw
that.
the Odyssey in the chat, I heard something about one of the first lines in the movie. They say is, "We're going on an Odyssey." If they did,
what's the name of those cruises? What's the name of those cruises? What's the name of those cruise ships that they're always fighting on?
Carnival, Carnival Cruise Line.
Did they say in the movie, "Hey, let's all go on a Carnival cruise"?
Yeah,
Carnival.
Well, the one that's fucking hilarious is that you have the Indian guy and the black guy. And they're like, "We're Greeks from Ithaca." It's just like this moment.
We're Greeks, motherfucker. Because they should have had Samuel L. Jackson doing that part. That would have been perfect.
We're Greeks, motherfucker. Because like the funny thing is, when I got there was this woman in her 20s sitting watching the movie. Sitting there. And at some point in time, she just gets up and never comes back.
No. Dude, what is this? Some kind of Odyssey? Oh,
yeah.
Seriously, someone confirmed
suicide mission.
I like
Suicide Squad.
Bungalow Logic's nailed it. It'd be like a soldier in 1918 describing the Great War as World War I. Nobody knew there would be a sequel at that point.
Yeah. And here's the thing.
Well, yeah,
I'll be fair. I'll be fair with the title drop in this kind. Yeah, and I think the keywords in this kind of movie are the keywords, because in an old school period piece, they're not gonna say, "Hey, this is we're going on the Odyssey," or thank you, like a satire. That'd be good for satire. Oh, it'd be hilarious. But we're saying it in a serious Christopher Nolan movie, who's supposed to be like the king of seriousness.
Randall's right about this stream. It is a
it
tragedy. If the Odyssey is a tragedy, this stream is the Odyssey.
The funny thing about it is that, he's bungalow logic is correct. I mean, people did call it the Great War, but
they didn't call it World War One.
Yeah, but they didn't call it World War One. I mean, it wasn't until like after World War II when they started calling it World War One and World War II, right? But back then it was known as the Great War, and for obvious reasons, because the entire Europe is at war. It is a great war. It's not. It's the thing that people keep bringing up. It's like people go. Well, I'm off to the 100 Years War. Well, how do you know it's 100 years?
That's a critical drink. How do you know it's? Yeah.
That's why I saw that clip online. I think it was Nick Nick F. Where I don't want to butcher his last name. Nick Freitas. Okay.
Freitas.
He was talking with Jeremy Boring, and he was saying that he knows he doesn't need to see this type of crap because he said he can just watch reviews from Nerdrotic and The Critical Drinker. I'm like, boom, nailed it. Because topping those guys with those reviews, it ain't gonna be done. Those guys.
It helps having a good editing team.
Yeah. Oh God, of course. Obviously, Gary's got Perry Chan and Cordo Black Garrett, and then there's the Drinker, who's a writer, actually writes his stuff. You got those guys, and yeah, they really encapsulate everything you need to know. And the best part about it is, even with those things, they never really say often to skip this movie. You kind of come to your own decision at the end. They don't say don't see this. They don't boycott. They say, yeah, this is not good. If you see it and you like it, great on you. But yeah, I think that's
the thing I'm actually really curious to see, and we'll talk about it on Monday, obviously, is going to be the week-to-week drop, right? Does it stay?
Oh, it will.
In a reasonable level?
It's going to make more money. It's going to make $3 billion. It's going to out-earn Spider-Man.
Oh, that's good talks.
That would be interesting if it beats Spider-Man. That would be interesting.
That's 3,000 dealers.
I think it's good to do around. So I originally was shooting between 750, 800, but now that I've seen where the numbers have landed, I am doing a goalpost move. I'm going to go around 900, 950 for the worldwide total ones.
I think at this point, unless there is a massive fucking drop, I think it is going to make $1 billion at this point.
I don't see a world where it would have a massive drop. As much as I would love to see it happen,
but
I just don't see it. And let's be fair to even Chris Nolan. I gotta be fair. He's not known for having big box office drops with his movies. I don't think they're.
Well, they tend to carry on a pretty long time. Yeah. But if you actually look at the curve here, it normally.
Going
this
up
green
faster.
line right here in the middle, that's normally where like the projection is, right? So the pink area is kind of like this projection of, okay, will it make between this much and this much money? It has exceeded the projection at this point, right? So if you take a look at domestically,
didn't they lower the projection?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, initially it was like 100 to 125, and then they actually did lower the projection, but
how much of this is
a lot of that speculation is that they did that so they could say it exceeded expectations.
How much of this is due to the premium format though, and the extra money it costs to get into
a
that?
lot of it?
I think Tom is right, but the same thing that we were talking about on Monday is that when I took screen grabs of the theaters or at the Palladium, I should say. On Friday, like after FNT, or actually I think I started doing it during FNT, and a lot of the theaters, like the regular theaters, were filling up because remember we covered it before, and it showed on Monday before the movie came out. Those theaters were largely vacant, and the day of they were pretty full. Obviously, when it comes to the premium format, that certainly does help, as Tom has pointed out, because those tickets are usually $10 more, right? So
I think like 70 or 80% of the box office is coming from there. In fact, I think WDW Pro people did the math, and they figured if you take the premium aspect out of the equation, the audience is actually similar to the opening weekend of Mandalorian and Grogu.
I've always hated the focus on gross and money rather than bums on seats.
Butts and
Ticket
seats, yeah.
sales is what we should be counting.
You know why
for
they
South Korea,
do
it's
that,
ticket
though?
sales.
It's
Well, it
their way of
obfuscates.
addressing their way of addressing the conversation to their convenient level, because they know
Indeed.
people take what they say at face value and believe it because they are the approved sources. So I'm thinking, and they also, people don't make the distinction between gross and profitability, which there is a distinction. All of a sudden,
Well, yeah,
we
there
all
is.
know better about that. They know the average reader who reads this doesn't put those things together. They just see as gross means that it made all this money. They don't factor in the 50%. They don't factor in a lot of people don't realize marketing actually costs money. A lot of people don't put that equation.
Well, there's
and
another
I have
factor
to
here
constantly
too.
remind normies of that every fucking movie, and it's true. You can't just wish your feelings away into success. But the fact is that this movie is probably going to profit. And as bad as it looks, that's just the reality of the situation.
I'm going to have to push back a little bit because
I hope you're right,
here's
Tom.
the thing.
I want you to
It
be
has
right.
to make over $1 billion to be profitable, and I'll tell you why. First of all, the budget was $250 million. Second of all, they spent over $100 million on advertising. Third of all,
25 or 150, I believe.
Third of all, this movie has an albatross around its neck of 20% of the gross.
The gross
goes right into Nolan's pockets before anybody sees shit. So
I got to admire the man.
Well,
yeah.
Okay.
So basically, this movie has to make over $1 billion or bust for Universal.
Well, okay, it's not the gross of what the movie makes. It's basically what Universal makes. He gets 20% of that.
Are you sure about that? I heard he gets 20% off the top.
I actually looked it up last night when I was.
I think it's what Ian's saying.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, it's
right.
Regardless, they still have to pay him,
I actually double checked it because talks hell froze over. I have been recording a video this week.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
bullshit.
Yes.
But I mean,
If
this
you made
movie's
a
going to do well
video,
this weekend.
Elliot Page is a man.
Well,
Oh!
Are they or aren't they?
Well, let's just say it does. Well, hang on here.
Anyway, so yeah, that was one of the things I went and I looked up before I missaid something.
But let's just say it does
not
do
the actual
well.
gross. It is any profit that they make off the movie. He gets 20%.
It's
of that.
their
That's pretty
gross.
much
So
their
they're
gross,
gross.
then. Yeah, so it's still gross. It's just not counting what the theaters take. That's all.
Yeah,
it's
Big
their
fucking
gross.
whoop. Yeah.
But let's look at it another way. Let's say it does make $1 billion, even $1.5 billion. That's great, but will people still be talking about it months or years from now? Look at Avatar.
No.
Avatar made a shit ton of money. Who the hell cares?
Even
Quite
Avatar
frankly.
3, which did 1.4 billion, and it has come and gone. And even though I've not seen Oppenheimer, and obviously that did around 900 something million, there is conversation, about it between fans to this day, 3 years later. Whereas Avatar 3 should be fresh in people's minds. You don't hear a word about it. Not one word.
Well, the funny thing is, obviously Avatar is a movie where people show up for, right? Again, they're showing up for the spectacle. But nobody talks about that. I mean, the movies aren't that great. They're kind of boring, but they look nice. Kind of.
Yeah.
So the establishment are going to do victory laps here, but I think their victory laps are too soon. It's an outlier. This will be an outlier in the current cultural wars that are going on.
Probably will be but they ain't gonna see that way, because once again, they will run with any one argument and they'll treat their exception, because that's what this is. It's the exception to the rule.
It's the outlier.
But they're gonna treat it. They're gonna try to correlate it as this is just how everything is. Because I saw that article Andre posted, where they're finally coming around to admitting that the 2016 Ghostbusters is actually bad. And how much defense were the big outlets putting on the front for that movie for 10 years?
Yeah.
Now they're saying
it's bad, but they're not agreeing it was failed because of woke. They're just saying because it was bad.
Yeah, they're saying it's because it was bad.
Here's the thing. We know the marketing budget was 150 plus 250.
That they're admitting to.
Yeah. True, right? or maybe it's 125. The number I ended up getting was 750, which is the break-even point for the movie.
Yeah.
But I think Tom is right, though. It really is a billion or bust for this movie.
But I believe they're already talking about the sequel, Odyssey 2. This time it's mythological.
The gods of Boogaloo.
the gods Boogaloo. The gods must be crazy for Boogalooing.
That's good.
If they do
Odyssey 2. Give us the taglines,
Odyssey
chat.
2
Odyssey
in December of this year, then I will consider this being a better year for movies than 1984.
We're currently in 1984. We're living in 1984.
They could film it in East LA like they did at Electric Boogaloo.
Mm-hmm.
Save a ton of money.
Yeah.
Odyssey 2.
Why can't I boot Tox?
Because you're not a.
You can boo him though. You can boo him.
I
You
can
just can't
boo him.
You can boo him.
Boo.
You can't.
Down with this kind of
Boo
thing.
this man. No
Down with
year
this
will
sort of thing.
ever reach the heights of 1984 ever again, sir. And you should know
Odyssey
that.
3.
I know.
Odyssey 3D.
I said
The
I would consider
Revenge.
The Revenge.
I know
Tom
you're being
I'm being
facetious or whatever.
flippant. I'm
Flippant,
trying to
that's
be.
the word, yes.
We have a couple more things to talk about with the Odyssey, then we're moving right along. So we all know that this is going to be
along.
this movie is going to be a
Great
fucking Oscar circle jerk.
Of course it is.
Dude.
Well, and I got to correct, I don't think at any point does anybody say we're going on an Odyssey. Okay, I got to correct Nick on that. Like,
Okay, no, I asked.
Whoever put that in Nick's mind.
I never
whoever
said they
that.
did. I said
whoever said that to Nick, they're
did.
lying to you. That part is isn't true because, from my understanding, doesn't the word Odyssey come from the word Odysseus anyway? Like,
Yeah.
so anyhow, that being said, but they do say yes, we've reached the end of the Bronze Age. I don't know if you were here, Nick, when I was reviewing it. But I said this movie ends just like The Hobbit, and I'm not talking about Peter Jackson's Hobbit. I'm talking about the original Hobbit, where fucking Gandalf's all like the age of wizards and monsters is over, and now it's the time of man, and blah 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 blah, and it's like fucking.
But that actually makes more fucking sense.
Yeah, but no, here it's the same exact fucking thing. He's got his arm around his wife, and he's like, "The Bronze Age is over, and the future is yet to be known." And just like
he said,
it'll be written through future generations.
Come to an end, but
and it'll be written through future generations. It's just like fucking Gandalf. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I was waiting for the greatest adventure, but instead, no, we get that weird fucking rap song instead. I don't know what the fuck that is. It was noise.
It's funny, like nobody stayed for that. Everyone got up and left.
It's going to win the Oscar for Best Song.
Oh,
To be
yeah.
fair,
I
they
mean,
probably
it's
know
going to win
that.
all the Oscars for the best stunt casting.
Here's my impression of it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong, sir. Yeah.
That's
He was literally mumble rapping.
Oh,
Mumble
Travis
rap.
Scott. Oh God.
Yeah.
You know what's
That is
Yeah,
exactly what it fucking sounded like. It was just like.
The one thing I'm surprised at when I read this article, so they're talking about how fucking what's his nuts, Matt Damon, it deserves to win an Oscar. Nobody mentions Ellen Page in this, by the way.
Well, because it ended up being that
Best
she was
supporting
in
actor.
the movie for like 5 minutes. So like,
Well, yeah, but it's like a lot of the like within our circles, everyone's is like, yeah, she's gonna win best supporting actor because they couldn't get that other movie with the trans woman.
Yeah, I could see that still being the case, even with 5 minutes of screen time. Yeah, I could still definitely see it being the case. They will bend their own rules just to make sure someone like that gets the award. Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm literally surprised that it's not mentioned in here, and they basically are glazing Matt Damon. So I'm pretty sure this movie is going to win all the Oscars.
Oh God,
They're glazing him like a donut.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're giving him all their man goo, all the man goo.
He's getting the goo.
Goo Manchu.
Goo
Man.
Man.
That's good. There it is.
Wow, I wish I came up with that. That's good.
why comics
Goo
is a
Man.
star. Yeah, right there. Came up with that.
Damn.
Someone's got to make a meme from that. Somebody.
Oh, I know.
Manchu.
I'm already getting a horrible visual of a Fu Manchu. No, stop.
It's going to be all over your face.
It's
Nick.
already dead.
It's already dead.
Stop.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is going to win everything.
Oscars. It's going to win the Oscars.
It's good. It's just going to be The Odyssey wins everything this year, and nobody fucking cares because the Oscars don't mean shit anymore.
Haven't meant shit. They haven't meant shit for such a long time. It's just an endless circle jerk orgy of.
I know who gives a shit about the Oscars.
I can't wait until the fucking Michael fans go to town on the Academy.
I got Michael on 4K, and I'm happy just enjoying it, knowing.
No, if you like, you got to understand how fucking vicious they can be.
I'm not
the
doubting
Michael
it.
fans, yeah.
I'm not doubting it. I'm not doubting it.
Especially if Jafar doesn't even get a nomination, believe you me, then all hell's gonna break loose. And if he does get a nomination and he loses out to like fucking Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Oh shit.
Matt Damon.
The internet's gonna blow up. Let's put it that way.
He's already got an Oscar for something, doesn't he?
It's writing,
I want to say he did for
Good Will Hunting. I think he
Good
got
Will
one
Hunting,
for writing,
yeah,
but not for acting.
Yeah.
Good Will Humping. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a much better film. So
much better film.
I too have done research. Not anything recent, but I've done some research. We talk about ticket sales. So the North American domestic ticket market sold about 770 million tickets in 2025. That is down from 1.23 billion in 2019.
Wow.
So the actual number of people going to films is down about 40%.
Sounds about right.
I'm not surprised.
That's your profit. I mean, you've lost 40% of your profit potential out the window.
Yep.
And the European market has grown.
Really?
That's a surprise.
Since 2019, but from 2024 to 2025, it dropped about 50 million, but it's only 841 million. So there's more people going to see movies in Europe than there are going to see movies in North America.
Well, one of the big problems is that in the aughts, they stopped making movies for Americans and they started focusing in on the international audience, right?
Market.
And that's part of the issue, and it's the reason why you start seeing like more and more inclusion of like stuff happening in China or Chinese characters being added in, is because they're chasing the China money, right? And the funny thing is that's part of the reason why they had Kelly Marie Tran in The Last Jedi, is to try and capture that audience. But she's not Chinese. I think she's either Vietnamese or Korean. I think she's actually Vietnamese.
Don't think she's Korean.
Yeah, I think Tran. Yeah, it's Vietnamese. Tran's the last name. Vietnamese last name. So obviously the Chinese will see that and they're going to snub the movie.
She's strictly speaking, she's an American. She's an American citizen.
She's an American citizen of Vietnamese descent.
She is from San Diego, so that is a foreign country. That's true.
I mean, that is true.
It has been
anyway,
invaded.
Vietnamese, though. She's Vietnamese origin.
Yeah. So the thing is that just including an Asian in your film doesn't mean that China is going to watch it.
Her problem was she should have added an S to her last name. Kelly Marie Trans, she would have won all the awards.
Oh, genius. Absolute genius.
She just missed that one completely.
She did. All she had to do.
Fuck me writing.
Add one chromosome, and it's different. Yeah.
Changes everything.
No. Take one away is even worse.
So I think Odyssey is going to do well on paper. And that's the kind of thing. It looks that way, but it's not actually in reality. There's not as many people seeing. There's probably 12 to 13 million people have seen the movie so far.
Well, not only that, Fox, it's a movie that once this movie's over and done with,
the problem is that paper is toilet paper.
Yeah, it's gonna be a footnote.
Yeah,
nobody's gonna be talking about this movie once it's out of theaters. Because
look, the academics are going to go to town on this shit, right? Like they already kind of are.
Okay, once it's safe, they will certainly go to town. I mean, obviously,
yes.
Emily Wilson went after it, and
when you got the creator herself, or the version that they're supposed to be basing this on, right?
Yeah,
going after the creator, and it's really just because her complaint, from what I know, was there was zero chemistry between Matt Damon and
there's that's one criticism.
And then
the other criticism is that basically,
Anne Hathaway.
There's no glory, right? Because like the whole thing, I pointed out, it was like when Odysseus was attacking Troy, he was reveling in Troy's destruction, and she's right. It's about glory, and spoils. They're sacking a city. This is the culmination of a 10 years war, and they're finally done. And the whole thing is that, a lot of warriors during that time period, it's about honor and glory. It's about making a name for yourself and gaining the riches.
And that might be what Nolan was doing, right? Because, I mean, he even said in so many ways that he couldn't make this if he hadn't made Oppenheimer first, implying that basically the Trojan horse was a stand-in for the bomb.
Yeah.
Right? And that's very evident in the film. And like I said, it makes absolutely no sense because they try to backtrack it to like this was the event that caused the gods to be pissed. But it's even pointed out by like his first mate or whatever on the ship that he's had all this great luck since they've left up until they fuck with the fucking Cyclops, which is the way the story goes. And that's what's missing in the film too. And I'm not sure if it's in Emily Wilson's because she changes the no one line. It's technically there, but she tweaks it a bit. But I have no idea if she has him boasting at the end, because that's the moment, right? Like that's the thing that pisses Poseidon off. It wasn't even necessarily probably maiming his son, because his son had him trapped, right? Like, you could argue that he had every right to get out of there. The thing was, he got out of there, his men got out of there, and instead of letting it slide, he had to go. You know what? This is bothering me so bad. I got to tell him it was me, right? Like because he had this ego about him. It was his pride that got in the way.
Yeah,
as and.
Well, and that was
they
want
to avoid pride being the sin. I don't know.
Well, no, it's hubris, right? His sin is hubris.
In a way, yes. It's also the pride in the fact that he this is where he took it one step too far, because he's a clever warrior, right? He's a rarity in this world, and the Trojan horse was not the problem. The sacking of Troy wasn't the problem.
Yeah, all
the stuff up to that point wasn't the problem. It was him getting his ego getting ahead of him when he could have just got away from the Cyclops scot-free.
Well, and one thing too, because this is something I completely got wrong, was the whole thing when I said that he basically defiled the temple of Poseidon. He didn't. It was actually the patron goddess of the city is actually Athena, so that was correct. I don't know where the fuck I got that from. I swear to God for years that I always thought it was Poseidon, and that's part of the reason why the journey went so poorly, is because he defiled the temple of Poseidon. That's not the case. It is actually the whole thing with Polyphemus. But again, they didn't defile the temple of Athena. That's a big thing right there. When they showed the destruction of the statue of Athena, it's like that they would not have done that. So. Anyway.
Oh God, I saw that Nolan. I did catch that part. Nolan said he removed the nobody thing because I know about.
He said he couldn't make it work. It's like, how do you not make that fucking work, dude?
If you want to know where I know about that nobody scene, even though I've never read the book, I know about it because it was mentioned in a Justice League episode during the Bruce Timm Paul Dini days. They actually mentioned a reference that, so that's where I learned about the Odyssey. Was from when DC cartoons were great.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that's interesting, and I actually knew what that reference meant, and I hear that they moved it because my realism. Stupid.
That was dumb. And going back to the whole thing with with glory, this is true. It's like, but Achilles even says in Hades he was wrong to pursue glory and renown. Reowned. I guess glory and renown in the book / poem.
Glory hole renowned.
Right. Yeah. 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 So that's the thing right there is like, that's his regret. He basically says that he'd rather be a slave and live a full life than to have died young and, seeking honor and glory. So, yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's the thing I think that is so interesting about the Greeks, specifically within Greek mythology, is that they truly did understand the human condition, which is really, I'm not gonna say enlightening, but when you compare it to modern times, we are not. We are not
I wouldn't call it
introspective.
But I think it's good it is great. I think it's great that they were informed that because they were actual thinkers, and a lot of people try to do everything but think nowadays. Because I know I don't agree with the comment, and I hear a lot no one reads anymore because I feel like there's just not enough people reading, and it shows because if more people actually did read, they would actually maybe gain an understanding of why a lot of the stories we get from Hollywood are so butchered, rather than just being so blindly accepting of it just because it came from the big mainstream approved outlet.
Yep. By the way, Freddie, hi. How you doing, man?
Hello. Good to see everyone. I'm still recovering from the convention last week. So
you got con crud. Congratulations.
Can you sit down again? Are you able to sit down again now?
There it is. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be here
I'm
all
on my
week.
donut.
No.
Yeah.
On the donut.
So,
Got a little ice on the rectum. Everything's fine.
This is one thing which has been a fucking entertaining as hell is this battle between Elon Musk and Christopher Nolan. Obviously, Elon wasn't a fan of the stunt casting and has been calling it out, saying that Nolan has defiled the Odyssey. And I can't disagree with that because it's not the Odyssey. It's Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. And he wants to go and make a full feature, period accurate movie of the Odyssey using grok. And he also said that he would fund Mel Gibson to go make the movie as well.
Which I would love to see. But before we jump too far into that, did you guys see, did I talk about my response to Matthew Marsden's talking about the Odyssey the other day when we talked about it? No. Okay, I want to get to that before we get too far, because you guys were talking about this before I got in here and I was listening on my way home. Because I posted this because Matthew Marsden posted the reaction to the Odyssey typifies society right now. It's either the best movie ever made or the worst. People feel like they need to take a side, no nuance. And I said the nuance can be handled as so. It's based on one of the greatest stories ever told by a very cinematic director. So yes, it's going to feel or be good to some or large portion of people. Mm-hmm. But some will see it for the poison Kool-Aid that it is, and the deconstruction of the original story that it does to tell a modern story. This would be fine if you did it in a way like Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet or Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes.
But when you're coming at it from a historical angle, you shouldn't apply modernity to it. It was a different time with different standards, different gods, different cultures and civilizations. Yeah. The Odyssey is not a good adaptation of Homer's original poem. It could have been epic, but it's undercut by so much of the modern dialect casting, character deconstruction, and standards applied to it, which we've already talked about. But yeah, again, it's like, yes, it may be an embellishment of stuff that probably happened in history, and that's why it's a poem, because they hand it down, as we've talked about before, as a song / poem, so it's easy to remember, right? But in that sense, that almost adds credence to the fact that just because it comes from a place where these people believe probably some outlandish shit, we still kind of believe probably some outlandish shit in comparison to what they think too. Yeah. Right. So like we have to take that into consideration. And that's something Nolan didn't. Yeah. I mean, well, not, all kinds of crazy shit we could throw out there. Right. Flat Earth, for example. Yeah. I mean, like, anyhow, there's a lot of other stuff that we could get into, but like the point is it is important because culturally it is set in a specific place in a specific time period. Mm-hmm. Right. So I love, it's always the rules only apply when it has to do with a certain type of race and, or if they want to imagine it, as we've talked about many a time before.
Like
where are the white women at in Blood and Bone, right? I mean, come on, that's a movie about Africa. Where are all the white bitches at? Yeah.
Well, look at what Variety
and
did.
seeing shit like that
Comics.
really does illustrate how it's one way, because what's the thing that they talk about? How accurate Moana was to Polynesian culture.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's a fictional story.
Yeah, it's a fictional character, bro. It's a fictional story, bro. That's the problem.
It's
like,
for fuck's sake. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you pay all this attention and give respect to this culture, which is fine. I approve. I totally think you should do that. When it comes to Moana, and you do it for this, again, fictional work about Africa, or African folklore or fantasy, what do you want to call it, with Blood and Bone, or the Children of Blood and Bone. And again, don't have a problem with that. But the thing is, when it comes to European stories, it doesn't get that same respect because of the whole, we got to have diversity, and it's a double standard, right? And it's something that Blitzen just pointed out too.
And yeah, have we had plenty of white stories told over and over again? Sure. This is not the first Odyssey, right?
Yeah.
And also another
Well,
thing
my whole thing is like, this is what I've said before. It's like, if you think there's a deficiency in the market, if you want to tell an African story, an African fantasy, rather than going and shoving a character into a European or franchise, to add diversity to it, just like make your own fucking thing. That's like the one thing I like about what Pathfinder did is I know that Paizo's woke as hell. But before they really got woke as hell, they have these different continents. And the one thing I like that they did is that they had this one character who's black in the Kingmaker series. But he's not from that continent. And it is very, he talks about his backstory and how he came to that continent. So it's not like you have random black people in a European village. He actually is an immigrant to that country. And it's like, I'm okay with that. That fucking makes sense. What doesn't make sense is having random black people in a village full of white people that's completely landlocked, and there's no inner exchange between two different cultures. It's like within like 3 generations, they're gone. Okay. It's like you might have some more slightly tanner people, but in a few generations, that genetics are going to be basically gone.
My favorite authentic African movie was Zulu.
Well, I got to say, we've already had a Black Odyssey as well. It was called Friday. Now, you think I'm cheating for a minute? Now, stop for a minute and go back to that movie.
Wasn't The Gods Must Be Crazy a black adaptation?
He may not be a Cyclops, but he's a cross-eyed sumbitch.
Yeah, anyway, God's Supposed to Be Crazy is a story about a Coke bottle.
Yeah. Now, here's my other thing: is I would love to see like Samuel L. Jackson in an all-black version of the Odyssey. The problem is black fathers don't come home. That's the issue.
Okay, dang. I haven't seen the film, but I have read the script, and I can't believe that you've all skipped over the bigotry in this film, because there was a character, Carjacus, film, and that's clearly bigoted right there. So I don't.
Carjacus, is he staying next to Habibus?
Yeah, Carjacus lives in New Jerseycus, and yeah. And
there was a Joggerus as well. Joggerus is in it.
Joggerus, right. He went over Joggerus.
Joggerus was in it.
Right. And he's married to Cutabitches. So.
Has anybody pointed out that Helen is the real villain of all of this? That bitch is the real villain in all of these stories.
She says, she apologizes to Odysseus' son. I'm sorry for all the things that were done in my name.
Bollocks, I don't believe
she's
her.
Basically an abused wife, even though she's cheating on her husband.
She ran off with Paris.
It's the funny thing, because what that does, it takes everything off of her and places it firmly on the men.
Yep.
And it's like, fuck this movie.
She's the villain in the whole story, originally, too.
Well, I mean, technically it's Aphrodite who's the true villain, but...
Well, and the whole thing is they could have still used it in a way that worked to the original poem's advantage, and that is that basically, how was I going to put this, Lau? Like, because even though the war is being fought, that's how it is. Even though the war is being fought in the name of Helen or whatever, in the sense that she was taken by this other guy or whatever.
Randall.
The other brother just basically uses it as an excuse to get into war, right? Like they could have just went from that angle, right? And you can at least make an argument there that she was just being used as a scapegoat.
They did do it from that angle. They're saying it was the excuse. Helen was the excuse.
They don't really make that plain in the movie.
No. They fucking say that. They flat out fucking say that.
Well, not in that sense of like to where you get what I'm saying. Like
they literally say Agamemnon used as an excuse to basically attack Troy because of trade routes.
But it could have been presented better. I guess maybe I don't know.
Anyway, I want to get back to this real quick, and we're going to be kind of done with the Odyssey talk. So like I said, I find the slap fight with Elon fucking hilarious between him and Nolan, and the fact that he actually wants to give, and quite frankly, Mel Gibson, I think probably would be like the best director to do this movie.
It'd be an old Greek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be in old Greek, because the one thing that he did with Apocalypto is that he actually got Mayan actors.
Like an awesome movie. Apocalypto is a brilliant movie.
Yeah, and filmed it actually, in basically the Mayan Yucatan, which is fucking amazing. And it's like he had real descendants of the Mayan people and made a movie. And the funny thing is that the left is so obsessed with representation. And of course, they hate Gibson because he's a pretty religious man, but he made this very kind of like faithful adaptation about the end of the Mayan civilization through Apocalypto, and he actually had them speaking in Mayan. So
that's good. It's it's funny they're trying to use the people on Twix today, or trying to now use look at how these people said nothing about John Wayne being Genghis Khan. I'm like, if you look at the numbers, that movie,
a lot of people bring that up.
A lot of people said things about it.
Yeah, I like how the comments responded because that movie bombed, so clearly it was not well received. Two, I love John Wayne. It was a bad mistake then, just as now. And just because it was done then doesn't make it okay now. We don't need to play this game
it's like we recognize
to get even.
We recognize that these things have happened, and
I like the argument that Genghis Khan's DNA is in everybody. So John Wayne was just playing one of his ancestors.
He was just playing one of his ancestors.
I find that to be fucking funny as hell.
Not everything needs to be even. This is a petty thing to want to get even about. Like, it was a bad decision then. It's a bad decision now. And I love him. I'm a big fan of a lot of his movies. It never needed to happen. But let's say, okay, that was a bad decision. Learn from it. Move on. And say, okay, let's respect accuracies.
Yeah,
going forward of all times.
Done. And I'm not going to defend this. I'm going to explain it because they did the same thing with Will Smith. Is that he was the big actor of that time period when that movie was big made, and that's ultimately the reason why he was picked. Doesn't justify it, but it explains it. It's like the same thing with like Wild Wild West with Will Smith. I mean, Will Smith during that time period was the biggest actor in Hollywood. Between Independence Day and Men in Black and all the other films that he did. And the irony is that he was supposed to play Neo in The Matrix, and he turned it down to do Wild Wild West, which was a huge fucking mistake. But obviously,
the irony there was the only reason they wanted him is because he was the biggest star at the time, because it was actually written for Brandon Lee.
He was the biggest star at the time, but name a film where he was the headliner that did well.
All of them up until about
Men in Black.
I was going to say up until
he was not the
He had Independence Day, Men in Black. He had Wild Wild West didn't do the greatest, but that was the only one that really.
He was not that big of a star with when all those things came out, and they were all ensemble films. He was not on screen with himself. You had the only one.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. He had Martin Lawrence.
Yeah. To a point, but also by the second one, he was headlining it. In the first one, it was Martin, but still.
I get
Enemy of the State.
Here's the thing: I get where you're coming from, but I get where you're coming from, but I disagree to a point because Will Smith actually built himself up into a career, unlike some of these other people.
He's in the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
And he did other smaller bits and pieces. Yeah, well, then he got iRobot, which is a hit. Yep, I Am Legend, which is a hit. And he had even his dramatic films. Yeah, it was.
He knows how to get jiggy with it.
Warner Brothers is going to make a fucking sequel to it.
Oh yeah, with Michael B. Jordan.
I Am Legend.
How about Pursuit of Happiness? That was single Will Smith.
That was a big one.
That was Pursuit of Happiness.
That was a big one. I was going to say, I was trying to think of his dramatic films because he was smart about he would do a Men in Black movie, a dramatic film.
Okay, so Men in Black was 97.
I like Hancock too, but that was not
Bad Boys was 95.
Yeah, that was before that though. Yeah, Bad Boys was his transition from television into movies, and then Independence Day made him, even bigger than he was.
The part that he played in Independence Day did launch him into bigger and better parts.
My point is Men in Black was completely sold on him. You can say whatever about Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, he's the main character.
Tommy Lee Jones was not a main selling point of that film outside of 90-year-old women. Right? Like, that's my point. Will Smith was the main draw. That movie was so big because you had the kid from the movie that was the biggest movie of the year last year where he was blowing aliens up, and this year he's going to be arresting aliens, and now they let him rap the theme song. So it all came full fucking circle.
Men in Black would not have been what it was without the chemistry between him and Tommy Lee Jones. No one else could have played that character except Tommy Lee Jones.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
No, I'm not disagreeing that. But you could have put Scott Glenn in there. You could have put a few. I mean, I'm not saying you couldn't have found somebody who's equally good. But the whole point I was getting at is Tommy Lee Jones is not somebody you put in as a lead in a film. In fact, that's the one time they kind of half-assed tried it in the recent years was that U.S. Marshals movie, and that didn't do very well. And that was the sequel to The fucking Fugitive. Right.
But
and he had that Man of the House movie that didn't do well. And
carries it. Right. Without
definitely got to be The Pursuit of the Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness and those.
I would say that
later.
Men in Black is what launched his career into being a star, right?
That was a superstar, yes.
Yeah.
Because he was already a household name from The Fresh Prince. That's what
he was already a household name.
How big that fucking show was, right?
Like, it was huge.
Hold on, Men in Black was 97. Independence Day was 96.
96.
So,
yes.
And Independence Day was the biggest movie of the year in 96 in the United
I believe
States.
Men in Black was also the biggest movie of 97, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so it was not Men in Black. I love Men in Black.
Wild West was the real only speed bump he hit in that first.
Yes.
In the first bunch.
That was 99.
Right. Yes, that was
because
summer
he did Enemy of the State in 98.
And that did fine at the box office.
And then he did Ali, and that was also a huge
that
fucking
was
hit.
Huge deal because he also didn't he win an Oscar for that or at least nominated?
I think so. And then 2002, 2003 was Bad Boys 2.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was 2002.
So that's what I was saying. He was smart with his career. He would do Men in Black, and then he would do an important prestige movie. Then he'd do another Men in Black, and then he'd do a prestige movie. Then he'd do like Bad Boys 2, and then he'd do another prestige movie.
I'm not saying he didn't meticulously create his career around, or Jada meticulously created his career around all that stuff. What I'm saying is he was not. Most of his success came with others in the film that helped him. He had to have great supporting actors that helped him along the way until later.
I get what you're saying, but I'm not going to compare him like I would The Rock, though, because The Rock has had several chances on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get what you're saying, Tom.
And he's been in a lot of movies as a leading man. Like you mentioned Pursuit of Happiness. There's I Am Legend, Hancock.
That's what I mean. He's got the proof on his side, unlike The Rock, to where anytime The Rock...
The beginning of the end for him is, I think, After Earth.
That was it. That was the moment. Yes, you're not wrong. That was the one that really hit hard.
That's where his career, his star starts descending. Right?
Because it was a Nepo project.
Yes,
well, that didn't help too. His kids were the first ones to really fuck his career, and then his wife finished it off.
That was 2004 when it came out.
Because I actually felt bad for it up until the point where he slapped Chris Rock. I actually was starting to feel really bad for him because I'm like, this guy was stuck in this fucking position of. He was one of the most likable stars on the planet for almost 20 years when this had happened, and his kid is fucking nuts. His other kid's fucking just like untalented, and his wife is a fucking crazy bitch.
Yeah.
And nobody's ever liked her. Like, I have not met one single person in my fucking life who has ever said, you know what? I like her. I think she's a great actress. Not one.
Dude,
She has
I know people
banked
who
her
went
career
tour
on
with
other
her,
people. Yeah. Go ahead.
and they say she's awful to work with on tour because she was in a band that did
She's like the Courtney
Ozfest
Love of Hollywood.
20 years
Exactly.
ago. She was in a band
she's the
20
Courtney
years
Love of
ago
Hollywood.
that did Ozfest called Wicked Wisdom, and they say she's an absolute nightmare to work
She
with.
thinks she's a heavy metal artist, guys. Did you know this?
Yeah, that was the
I
band.
had no
Wicked
idea.
Wisdom.
Nick does. Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows what. Yeah.
Well, she was
It
friends with
was
Tupac.
awful.
Like famously,
Well,
she
no,
was
they-
all
they-
about
they were-
Tupac and stuff.
Oh, if you
Friends,
watch
they're
that movie,
I mean,
I was going to say, if you watch that movie, she's responsible for all of it. If you ask her.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's not like he isn't getting work, but he's hit some massive stumbles, and I think it really kind of began, like I said, with After Earth, and obviously you had Focus and Concussion. He was in Suicide Squad, and obviously Bright was a great movie. Then you get Aladdin, which is just like okay, Gemini Man, which I think is also like a massive failure. And then he has some more Bad Boys movies, and then he was in King Richard. Which I believe
Well, he did the slap in between the Bad Boys movies, is what happened.
Yeah, he did.
Was that
between 3
was
and
that was
4.
that after King Richard? When was the slap? Was that
It
was that
before
2020?
Richard,
Because I think that was
so-
during the Oscars for King Richard is when he did it.
Okay.
I thought it was before. Oh no, because he won the Oscar. Then you're right. I was
Yep.
going to say I thought it was.
Yeah, I think he was winning
That's
the
the
Oscar
one where he
for King
played the
Richard.
tennis
That was the
player's
one.
dad, right?
Yeah,
what's
that's
their
the King
faces?
Richard one.
Serena Williams and Vanessa
Thank
Williams.
you, yeah.
Venus Williams, sorry.
Yeah, so it was the same Oscars.
Yeah. Get my wife's name out of your mouth.
And I love how like Jada is like, I never expected him to do that. I'm like, bitch, why the fuck do you think he did that? And I think she's lying her ass off because she leaned in and said something in his fucking ear.
Because he was fucking laughing.
He was laughing, and then all of a sudden his face changes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
And
So it
he's
looks
stuck
like-
in this moment, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Like,
Well, this is interesting. So apparently, in his IMDb for Up and Coming, you have
I'm not condoning what he did though, or sticking
Hancock
up for
2
it.
and I Am Legend 2.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's what I mean. He's trying. Well, what happened was Bad Boys, the last one did well right after the slap, and that helped at least show Hollywood that yes, this guy can still sell movies. And I think it also helped that in that film they kind of addressed the slap in a funny way. Because there's this scene, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not.
Oh yeah, I heard about where he slaps.
Yeah, Martin slaps him like 20 fucking times in the face and tells him to man up, basically, and quit being a little pussy or something like that. It's just, yeah, because the whole movie is actually pretty good, but it just was it actually did well at the box office. So yeah, it's not like it was a flop or anything. So yeah.
Yeah.
It was really good action in that movie too. Like I hate to say it, I didn't want to see it.
It's one of the few times where they swapped the whole like thing with the main leads and it worked, because like Will Smith's character's turning into like the Martin Lawrence character because he's worried about all the fatherly things, and then you had Martin Lawrence's character who just had a heart attack, so he don't give a fuck about nothing anymore.
Yeah.
He thinks he can't die, so he's like just doing all kinds of stupid, crazy shit like Will Smith used to do when he was younger.
Fucking Martin, that dude's great.
Oh fuck
He's
yeah,
funny
he
as hell.
definitely helps make that
He's
movie
so
a big time.
So 3 and 4 worthy of the time, Tom?
Oh fuck yes! Actually, I was a lot. I never liked part 2, but because of what 3 did, it actually kind of helped 2, and it's one of the few times where they kind of go back into some. I personally thought it was okay, and then the 4th film picks right up where the 3rd film left off, basically. But yeah,
I didn't hate 2, but I definitely didn't love it at the time.
it just doesn't feel like the same universe, even though it's the same director and actors and everything. It just feels like a Michael Bay movie, as opposed to the first movie. It was where Michael Bay was still becoming Michael Bay. So there's a few baby Michael Bay-isms in there, but it's still like this, standard movie with a little bit of flair.
Yeah,
it's just kind of, it felt like a Transformer movie with the bad boys in it.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Optimus Prime to roll up.
I love and hate Michael Bay. He has some like really fucking good movies, and then he has like some movies that are just fucking trash.
It's just, you got to get these, like the same thing with Zack Snyder. I don't actually hate Zack Snyder.
No,
right?
yeah.
I've actually said
I love 300. I think it's a great
if somebody
movie.
else writes the script for him, I wouldn't be against him making like a Masters of the Universe or Ninja Turtles because he would get it. In fact, I just said it the other day. Fuck, if anybody could have done a better job than Nolan would actually understand the fucking homework on the Odyssey, it's fucking Zack Snyder. Look at 300 exactly.
Yeah.
He would make that, like, that's the big thing. And for the guys who saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. There's that one scene where basically Matt Damon's like, yeah, I'm going home and I'm bringing it all with me. You know, like when John Leguizamo asks if he's going to go take out the suitors, right? That's your John Wick moment, right? Like, that's when the audience is supposed to stand up and go, yeah, fucking go get him. But at that point, you have no confidence in Matt Damon. Like, you don't think he's going to be able to pull this off. And then when he gets in there, he fumbles through the whole fucking thing anyway. And there was no reaction in my theater when that happened, obviously, but there wasn't many people. But I'm curious, was there any reaction in your guys', especially if you went to like an IMAX screening? Because
I didn't see an IMAX, but everyone just got up and left. There was no like cheering or yay or clapping.
I mean, that's your Kurt Russell scene from Tombstone, for fuck's sake, right? Like, tell him I'm coming and hell's coming with me.
I was thinking that exact same thing.
Yeah.
All right. I want to get super chats because we have not gotten any of them at all tonight. So let me hit those real quick. Starting with Roland T. Wretched for the Big 50. There's the irony that modern feminist is mad. Nolan told the Odyssey through a modern feminist lens. Well, I think took it further than she would have. Is kind of the thing. And well, ultimately, you know, as much as we can give Emily Wilson crap, she does understand the Odyssey. I mean, after all, she did do a translation, despite the fact that she stuck her own garbage in it. She obviously understands the source material where Nolan.
I might have to amend what I said. Yeah, she might have actually read it. I thought she hadn't, but I think
no. Emily Wilson, no, she fucking doesn't. She has a whole translation.
That doesn't mean shit.
It kind of does actually, but the one thing that Metatron points out, and a lot of people point out, is like the one thing that she did do, which I do have to give her credit to, is that she did keep it in the original cadence of the poem, despite the fact that she wrecked a bunch of shit. Anyway, be that as it may, she at least understands the source material where Nolan, like I said, made it about fucking trauma.
She keep it in the original Klingon.
Yes.
No. Okay.
Sorry, you won't be in Vegas, Ian. I had this great segment for my video where I attribute my channel to you. See you tomorrow, Agent 003.5 or 003. 3.5. Thanks, Nolan.
That's how tall you are.
Or Roland. Well, the joke is it's half of 007. Anyway,
but I figure it's 3 feet 5 inches.
Yes.
I'm 3.5 inches, so.
Yes. Mr. Haywood.
Midget.
Gifted membership. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So nice of you to do that.
Yep. And TV Boss for $2 says, hi, everyone. Hello, sir. Hope you were well, man. Thank you.
I will.
You also gifted membership. Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you, TV.
Fuck all the hookers. I don't care.
Male, female, you got them.
And the funny thing is that membership went to that 70s rock fan.
Thank God.
Yep. John Wayne for $10. Hey, comics. I tagged you on X. I saw in my Nolan Odyssey Rawhide song parody. Would really appreciate checking it out. I guarantee you'll at the very least have a chuckle. Thanks, dude. I will certainly check it out.
John Wayne should have made an Odyssey.
Yeah. Walter for $1.99. Does IMAX have a future? Its equipment is 50 years old.
Well, the projectors are.
When did IMAX start being a thing?
Okay, it initially started as part of the National History Museum, if I remember correctly. And there was only like a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were literally only set up to show like very short documentaries. Like, if I remember right, the original films they could only show like were under an hour. And then they were able to get them up over to 2 hours. And that's where I believe
three is the limit right now.
Now it is. But at the time, because I remember this specifically, I believe the first movie ever shown in IMAX was Apollo 13. And they had to cut it down because it's like 2 hours and 13 minutes. And that's how I know for the longest time it had to be, because they had to cut it down to 2 hours. Because they put that version on one of the DVDs or Blu-rays, and people are like, why the fuck did you bother? Because it's just cropped off, because it's originally shot in scope, so they had to crop it off to the fucking IMAX format, and then they had to cut a few scenes out. So everybody's like, what's the point? It's like a crappy TV cut, basically. Anyhow, but like, so that was the first movie ever shown, and then AMC got involved, and they basically just bought the name. Because like 80 to 90% of the IMAXs that people go to aren't even really IMAXs. They're a fake version of it, that the screens are only anywhere from a third to a half of the size of the actual real IMAXs, which there is only close to, I think, 30, what was it, 32, 33, 34, something like that in the US.
Yeah, something
like that actually handle the 70 millimeter. And those were built out at the time earlier on when they were doing film, and that's when they started doing more movies. And then they switched over to digital, which none of that shit mattered anymore. They could show as much as they want, 3D stuff.
The thing that's funny is that the Palladium has 2 IMAX theaters. They have the 70 millimeter, and then they have the regular IMAX.
Yeah. So the original ones, which like I said, were only like anywhere from like, I think 5 or so altogether initially, were all part of like history museums and stuff. And they were all just to show shark movies and fucking ocean stuff and history documentaries and pretty much anything Richard Attenborough Jr. would fucking
narrate.
Yeah.
Because I remember when they built River Center Mall, that was the first IMAX in San Antonio, whether it's a Fomax or whatnot. I honestly couldn't tell you.
I like Limax or Fomax, yeah.
Was there trouble in River City Mall with a capital T?
Big Trouble in River City Mall.
Sorry,
was there a ransom in
River City?
River City.
It's not River City. It's River Center.
River Center.
Sorry.
Yeah, I fucked it up. Sorry.
WG
for $20. It's totally my fault. The super chat doesn't care about your feelings.
Neither does comics, because he's a soulless ginger.
Indeed.
It dyes his hair.
Totally a ginger. Yeah. Sage the Raptor for $5 sent an email. Maybe they should say in the Odyssey movie, let's do the conga line while they are on the ship. Then add a conga song and thoughts. I mean, it definitely would have made the movie a little bit more entertaining than it
would make it feel like one of those Bollywood movies, though, wouldn't it?
Did you guys talk about the Odyssey again?
Again.
Well, we were talking about Emily Wilson.
There was a Spider-Man and a Doomsday trailer, for that matter, and a Clayface trailer. I haven't watched the Clayface one yet.
Brahma, the thing is, all these bigots, they didn't talk about they didn't talk about Robicus or Carjacus, the black people who are in the film.
Or Habibus.
Right.
Habibus is
one of the
also
Kardashians.
Or Crack Rocket.
There was Blowupicus, which was, Arab.
Sunday night, did I make any good points about the Odyssey? Because I don't remember any of that conversation.
You don't?
We started talking about the Odyssey, and I was so fuming mad about the movie that I just stopped counting drinks. I just kept on my show.
On his show. He was pretty sloshed.
I got pretty sloshed because when I start getting into actual heated arguments, I stop actually holding back on the alcohol, which is not good for this.
Why are you
Did I make any cogent points? Did I make any cogent points on Sunday?
Who was arguing about it? I've yet to hear anybody who's really given it a good review outside of Jeremy.
Little Chad was trying to say it wasn't exactly woke. He still gave it a 4.5 out of 10.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Is people that are coming out going, but it's not woke. I'm like, did you, motherfuckers, like, Nolan literally said, here, I've poisoned this Kool-Aid, try it. And you are drinking it. And you're like, oh, it tastes great. And then you...
The accent.
I think the only point that I remember making... The only point I remember making...
in this cup of Kool-Aid. Here,
tell me how
some.
It tastes.
Yeah.
Let me know how
the only
it
point
tastes.
I remember making from Sunday, though, was the Kid Icarus point about Matt Damon in the final battle, where he's just not even drawing the bow, just shooting like Kid Icarus.
My favorite is people defending on social media. He's shooting at short range. He doesn't need to do a full draw. It's like you still need to fucking aim, you retard.
It looks like
it's not just aim. The arrow has to be knocked a little bit to get any momentum. You can't. I mean,
the way he's shooting, Brahma's right, because this bothered me during the watching too. The way he's like handling that. I mean, I haven't shot a lot of bow, but I've seen people do it. Like the way he's doing that motherfucker would
literally
basically
like
just,
this.
it would basically just fall to the ground.
Yeah.
Right. Like
There's
it would just be
no
like,
momentum behind it at all.
That video clip is all over YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, sorry, Twitter. And it's funny. It's like, well, he doesn't have to do a full draw. He's at close range. It's like, you still got to aim the fucking bow, dude.
you got to have some kind of momentum behind it to get through a fucking chest plate and a fucking bone chest. Right.
Right. Also, like a bow is so heavy. Like I'm in South Carolina, so I have friends with bows in their backyards, and like the to pull that, like think about, I know most of us do, but like for the audience, think about that is like taking a big weight, right, and pulling it all the way back, like at least 40 plus pounds.
But it's also right after they made a big deal about how hard it is to string this bow.
Well, the whole thing too is that there's a point where you get what's called the break, right? Because it's very difficult to draw back, and eventually it gets to the point where it becomes easier. And it's the reason why you can hold it, for a certain amount of time. Obviously, your arm will get tired when it's fully drawn
because the bow is bending.
Yeah,
but you know what happens when it shoots? You go a little bit when you shoot it, right? Inevitably you're going to have to brace for the impact of going forward as well.
I mean, when you let it go, obviously the string is going to go forward, which obviously launches the arrow, but like giving the arrow its momentum. But the thing is that there's this thing called shooting from the hip in Hollywood, which is, if you look at a lot of movies where specifically like Rambo movies, where he's like has the machine gun and it's at the hip and he's like shooting around, right? And that is not very accurate. Surprise.
Well, I was gonna say in most movies, unless it's like the ones where they really pay attention, a lot of that shit. A lot of the gunplay they do would be such a waste of fucking bullets, and they would not hit anybody.
The whole thing is that when just like a bow, you have to line it up and sight it, right? And obviously the sighting is different from a gun, obviously, because the gun has the the rear sight, the front sight. Largely when it comes to aiming a bow, I mean, you're basically you have the arrow to your cheek and you're using your whatever eye that you're shooting from, left-handed or right-handed, is basically determining where that arrow is going to go. So so you still have to sight the fucking bow, and the whole thing, shooting it from the hip, it's like, sure, they're 6 feet away, it might hit them, sure, but the thing is, you're not going to do a fucking quarter draw or a half draw. You're still going to fucking fully draw the bow.
Well, that's what Bram and I are saying.
Movies where you can speed, where they at least try to illustrate it, where somebody is Legolas. Legolas is firing arrows fast, but he is doing full draws.
But he is doing, he's doing full draws and still has the.
He's doing full draws fast
and aiming and
but
shit.
I mean, in all of that whole scene, Matt Damon is moving in slow motion.
Well, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not even remotely and I see some people talking in the chat, like I'm not remotely a like specialist on any of this shit, but I do know that much, right? Like I would love to hear.
There has to be some momentum behind an arrow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would love to hear a specialist go through this, right? Like, and say, like, this is what would work, this isn't what would work, and all that kind of business. But at the end of the day, like, the whole scene is really stupid, right?
Well, after rewatching some of that stuff on Twitter, where he's like grabbing and swinging the axes around, it's like, that's fucking retarded.
It is.
He's literally helicoptering the axe.
The dude is like this dude is supposed to be the John Wick of his era, right? Like, and he comes in and he fights like a geriatric fucking fool.
God damn, get that fucking stunt woman to do that shit. She probably would have done it better.
She probably did. And that's probably why half of it looks that way, to be honest. That's what I was thinking.
No, she's like 5 foot. She was the stunt double in the giant scene. How tall do you
fucking think that he is?
Matt Damon?
All right, you guys can keep on with your bow and arrow, and
she's taller than him.
Where you stab each other, but I gotta pull out. So you guys
gonna pull out?
Talk about you
careful about stabbing. You'll get shot in Madison.
Well, no, that's Chirac. Okay, I've got to head to Chirac in the morning. Okay, so,
yeah, you get shot there.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Okay, but anyways, Toxic Tuesday still on hiatus, but Bobby's Comic Shop issue number 100. Nick Talks Trek next Thursday. Guest TBA. And prepare for a lot of changes. All right.
I mean,
thanks,
like
guys.
besides cutting your hair, kind of changes.
Yeah,
more
he's
changes. More
Are you
changes.
becoming
history,
Nicole?
Nick?
Are you changing your gender fluid?
Yeah,
My
Nicole
fluid?
Weiser.
Well, I'm not changing the gender, but I'm changing the fluid.
It's more like
Okay.
American history, Nick.
Actually, you actually look good with the shaved head. A lot of
Thanks.
guys don't look good
Yeah.
with a shaved head, but you rock it pretty well, my friend.
Nick. There's hair now. I was bald. I was as bald as Steve Austin a few weeks ago. Now
I'd let you
now
jump
there's
on me
hair
in a
my
bar
head.
and knock me to the ground.
Wow, that was gay.
Wow.
Well, it's happening.
You guys
So
say I'm
it's
gay.
It's
happening
been there.
again.
That
And
is happening.
straddle me.
So anyway,
I was gonna say
you guys,
no homo, but apparently Tox went to the homo. So
All I'm saying is I'm
And the
doing more
name of that
squats
bar,
before we do this.
ladies and gentlemen, is the Blue Oyster Bar.
all right, you gentlemen have a great night, stabbing each other. Okay.
night,
See you,
Nick.
Nick.
Take care, dude.
Till our swords cross again.
That was weird. On the live show, it was showing him in person, and back here for me, it was showing him as his avatar.
Weird. I had him in person. That must just be on your end.
Because Evie Mux sucks.
Because your computer is gay.
Indeed.
So yeah. So how about that shooting in Madison? Ain't that crazy?
Oh
see that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit insane.
I got a
I saw
front
your
row seat
tweets
to
on
this
it
shit.
before the show, and I didn't get a chance to really check
I
any of
knew
it out.
exactly what was going to happen. I saw the video early on, and I'm like, these dumb shits are going to go out there and they're going to make a fucking martyr out of this dumb.
I was going
fucker.
to say, it's like, is this going to be the Summer of Love 2.0 we've been
Yep.
waiting for?
They're working on it.
They're
Yep.
working on it, and it's getting worse. Because at first I thought it was going to die off, but oh no. And this guy's just as bad as what's his ass too,
George Floyd.
George Floyd.
He's
Yeah,
got a rap sheet a mile long.
that's why I said longer than the Mississippi. Yeah,
And he had a knife, right? I mean, he had drawn
he had a knife. Yep.
And the cop walks up. I mean,
Well, there was
they're
like
wrestling
4 of
with
them
him.
all together, and
They're
there was
wrestling
like,
with him, and the cop finally just pulls his gun, and at point blank is just.
well,
like
what
3
happened
shots.
was they tried tasing him, and that didn't work.
Right.
He was still
on
coming.
PCP.
Yeah, he was still coming, and he had already cut. He pulled the knife, and I guess he had cut the one officer that shot him.
Sweet
But then, of
George
course,
Floyd.
Oh, that's
they're
fucking
trying to make it
justification
into
right
a
there.
new. Yeah.
Shut, open and shut case right there, man. That's done.
Not anymore. There's people in the street chanting he needs to go to prison and it's murder and blah bitty blah, and the fucking governor is going to look into it because he's a fucking liberal bastard and fucking.
Well,
the
it goes back
mayor's
to
out there
what do you mean
apologizing
he's
for it
getting
already.
35 years for murder?
Yeah, like
It's
that
his
kid who
first
murdered.
offense.
I was gonna say like that kid who stabbed the kid under the tent. Yeah, you'd think it's
Yeah.
open and closed, but
Carmelo
Anthony.
apparently
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing that people were saying. It's like, what do you mean he's getting 35 years? This is his first offense.
And this is
Well,
right after.
I love people being like, but the blade wasn't that long.
Yeah,
It's like
it was
well,
not
it was
a
long enough
fucking
to kill him.
pocket
It
knife.
stabbed through his
That's
heart.
for goddamn
so.
sure. And oh yeah, and they're leaving out the best part was the cops were there in the first place because this motherfucker was breaking into cars to begin with.
Oh.
And then this is the best part is one of his exes came out and said that this guy is no hero, guys. Like this fucker
Yeah.
beat me and his ex.
Abusive animal is
Yeah.
basically what she said.
And he also is. This isn't the. And he's also he's had like aggravated assault in other cases, and he's armed robbery and all this other shit before too. Like I said, this is. Yet they're gonna make this guy some sort of fucking George Floyd too. Yeah.
Well,
And this was right after, like last week, there was this big, huge fucking kerfuffle over some road or roadway or whatever that was being called Charlie Kirk Way or something like that. And everybody's freaking out. And I looked in the fucking comments and it was like, Jesus Christ, this is fucking crazy.
I'm still
They all
worried
have
about the
blue
Charlie
hair.
Kirk thing. I honestly, all it takes is one juror to throw it into a hung jury. And I think there's enough people that are crazy enough on the left to just be like, no, refuse. Will not convict him. I think we'll see the same thing in the Luigi Mangione thing.
I wouldn't be
If it wasn't
surprised.
for that one case that
They
just
don't-
happened that you just brought up with the kids, but
That
I
was
don't
in
know.
Texas.
That's true. That's true.
Utah, maybe I trust. New York, absolutely not.
True.
I mean, all it takes is one crazy that is just like, no, I will not vote to convict no matter what. And they don't have any principles, so it's not a problem. They're
Of course, they don't have any principles, Brahma.
praising
They skip
like
school.
Luigi.
Oh,
Nice.
that was funny.
Pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Yep. So the one thing before we get out of here, I want to talk about is so apparently Kevin Feige is admitting that Doomsday is not a reboot, and basically we're gonna get all new, all different.
But they've got movies planned out till like 2047.
Thank God.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm sure
Where
they
have
do.
we heard this
Another
shit
Marvel
before?
superhero film.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about it, when I heard that they're basically doing Secret Wars with Doom, and I've been saying this for years that they're doing all new, all different, which they have been doing. And it's like now you're literally leading into all new, all different, because they admit that this is going to be, basically Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, which is from 2015, which is what resets the Marvel universe from 616 and it incorporates Miles Morales in. It does all this shit, and this is where you get the great replacement of all your straight white male superheroes within Marvel. You have Amadeus Cho taking over as Hulk. You have Riri Williams taking over as Iron Man. You have Black Falcon, Captain America, taking over as Captain America, and it's like you already have all this shit in place. And now you're going to be doing all new, all different again. So he basically says it's not a reboot and there's plenty of material to draw from after that time period. So yes, it's like, great. You're fucking doing all new, all different.
I haven't read the leaks, but aren't they basically just going to kill off all the Sony X-Men or Fox X-Men? I mean,
yes, they're going to kill off all the Fox X-Men.
So they'll still have Shang-Chi and all the other idiots still hanging around. So it's really not a reboot. It's a reboot of Fox's X-Men, starting with Sadie Sink.
Yes. So yeah,
you're not.
It's not a reboot. It's just gonna be a giant clusterfuck. And if this is the case, then their hopes is to, again, because of spectacle, draw people back in. The MCU, it's like, yeah, you may draw people in for these two movies, but as soon as they realize that it's basically gonna be the same shit, it's game over. Game fucking over.
Game over, man.
Yeah. It's fucking retarded. I look to the comics, as I always do. Yeah, you look to the comics and then promptly ignore them, because when you were creating Secret Invasion, you basically told the people, don't read the comics. So yeah, you have all these comics you can turn to and promptly ignore.
Yeah, it's not don't read the comics because it will spoil you. It's don't read the comics because then you'll find out we didn't follow the comics at all.
Yeah. In both the Secret Wars, but partially the Hickman's Secret Wars from 10 years ago, there is a nice roadmap to where we can go, and that is called All New, All Different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bro map?
A roadmap.
Oh, okay.
And it's called a roadmap to failure, because after they did that, they had to bring back their legacy characters after sidelining them for a couple of years because shit wasn't working. Wow.
Huh.
Yeah. 3 years later, they decide, hey, let's course correct. And so they brought back Bruce Banner as the Hulk and all this shit. And Al Ewing took over. And initially, I would say that the Hulk run he did was good. And then they started including the progressive politics back in again, because they start talking about the Hulk's white privilege with his anger. And it's like, I'm out of here.
Let's not forget
He's
that
green.
the only two women in the MCU that anybody could tolerate, they also killed off.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because Wanda's dead. ScarJo's dead.
Yep.
Yeah, a lawsuit killed her.
Did we tolerate
Yeah, she
Wanda?
got killed by a lawsuit.
Wanda was one of the worst fucking characters of all time. Like, I fucking hated her.
We tolerated the looks.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, her character, honestly didn't really become insufferable
Don't forget
until
about titty armor.
Mom.
Multiverse of Madness. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she just sucked the whole time, I guess. I don't know.
I'd say
Nothing
more
wrong with that.
WandaVision comics.
Yeah.
WandaVision after episode 2 or 3 just got dumb.
They'll never understand what you've gone through. It's like, what the fuck, bitch? She's the villain. Why aren't you stopping her?
The sad part is
nothing
nothing
with her was she didn't want the sexy costume. She wanted to be covered up, and it's like
the sad thing is it's nothing that actually happened in WandaVision that killed the Marvel Universe. It was just the fact that the show exists that killed the Marvel Universe, because that was the moment it was broken. I have maintained this for a while now, that was the moment that everybody's like, what the fuck, as the audience, because they went to see Multiverse of Madness thinking it was either a sequel to Doctor Strange or Spider-Man No Way Home. But no, they realized this is a sequel to a TV show I didn't fucking
Nobody watched, yeah.
So that was the moment.
Honestly, the beginning and the end was Endgame, and not because it's Endgame, but because you started seeing the progressive politics begin to.
But funny, that's
weasel its
exactly
ugly head
when
in.
it also coincided with the TV shows, right? And again, yes, a big part of it was the politics. Don't get me wrong, but there was one thing in place prior to that kept things at least in line, was that the TV shows could be affected by the films, but the films could never affect the TV shows. Once you changed that changed the whole game, because you got a completely different audience there. Yes, there's crossover, don't get me wrong, but you cannot expect as many people to go to see one of these movies to watch one of these fucking TV shows, especially when they don't have your A-list fucking characters in them.
Right.
Like, who the fuck gives a shit about
they got
Wanda?
A big problem with
and
Loki
Visionary
at this point.
And Loki was the only one that they had that had a real audience there, and that was just because women want to fuck the shit out of him.
Right, but in the new movie, in Doomsday, I mean, it's going to have to tie into Loki being who's controlling the multiverses.
Well, apparently this is going to happen before.
All the leaks are real, I guess. Like, that's basically what we're learning pretty quick, is that all the leaks are real.
I guess I'll have to read them.
And basically, the through line is that it's going to piss a lot of people off, because it starts off with Tobey Maguire and Wolverine getting killed.
Yes.
And then I think they killed half the X-Men again. And I know
they kill all the X-Men, I believe.
Yeah, Xavier gets killed off again, I think. So that's like, what, the 5th time? He's been killed on screen more times than fucking
that's like
Dracula
a fucking
at this
joke,
point.
dude. It's like, how many times have we seen this before?
At least like 5 or 6, depending on how you count it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a debate to be had over Days of Future Past where I'm like, no, we still see him die on screen, so it counts.
Yeah. Yep.
One of the Omega level mutants that can't survive any one of the movies.
Little did we know when he said, "You're just waiting for me to fucking die." It was true.
Yeah.
Indeed.
He'll be dead, and they'll have him propped up in a chair.
Like, please stay dead this time, okay? Please. But yeah, it
well, and then they're
sucks.
talking Deadpool, which is funny because fucking Ryan Reynolds, he was all like, "I'm done with Deadpool," and now Kevin Feige's like, "Oh no, Deadpool's going to be a big part of what's going forward."
2 or 3 more movies at least.
Yeah. They're in desperation mode too. So like, that's all they got. And then of course there's rumors now flying around from what I've been saying for a while, and that is that Sony and Disney would be better off just making a sweetheart deal with each other for Spider-Man and getting it over with.
Yeah.
They just need to quit fucking dancing and fuck already. Because at this point it doesn't make any sense for neither one of them to do this to each other anymore.
Well, if they fuck, it's gonna suck.
It's going to suck either way, because here's the problem. Sony can't do anything but Spider-Man, right? Like, they can't get any of the multiverse stuff off the ground besides from Venom, and Venom has ran its course, right? And then you got the other problem, and that is that they can make Spider-Verse cartoon movies, but they don't make a dime off the toys. That was what I had heard, and this is why I'd been positing for a while, that they're going to turn around and make a fucking deal with Disney eventually, because it makes no sense for them to keep doing this, because part of their contract is they have to keep making these fucking spin-off movies.
Right, or they could just make the Spider-Man movies. And
they can't just. That's the problem, and that's where Tom said.
I thought the reason why they're doing the spin-off movies is because they have the rights to them. They have the rights to all the Spider-Man's characters.
There's other stipulations involved with it all. Like, they have to. It's really fucked up.
I think they'd be better off cutting out Disney altogether and just keeping Spider-Man and all of their characters.
They can't.
Yeah,
that's
they
the problem. They can't.
Point.
That's the issue. Is that at this point it makes no sense for them to hang out, and this is where it's coming from to begin with. Because Tom Rothman got so fucking pissed, because he hates superhero movies to begin with. He was the guy over at Fox that wouldn't let Deadpool happen and pretty much killed the X-Men and Fantastic Four off. Like, he never got them, and he's publicly said that before. He's not a fan, doesn't get them. He understands their need for him in the industry, but he's just not a fan of them. And when he found out that Spider-Verse only made $300 million at the box office, yet the toys made $2 billion, he's like, what the fuck are we doing other than making an expensive commercial for Disney?
Yeah.
And that is the main reason why we haven't seen Spider-Verse 3 yet, from what I've heard. They've been dragging their ass on it because, and I think it would make more sense if they just made a deal with Disney where they sold the character off for a few $1 billion, had a deal where for the next few years, 10 years or whatever, for whatever Spider-Man movies, especially Spider-Verse spin-off movies, because you know that Disney would just continue making the animated films because they're profitable and they sell toys. That's what they like. Mm-hmm. So at that point, Sony be like, yeah, just give us 20% of that. Give us 20% of all the Spider-Man movies for the next decade, plus a couple $1 billion, let's say 2.5, done deal. That cleans up everything. Cause that's the problem is Sony can only make movies and live action TV shows, right? They can't do animated TV shows. There's other certain things they can't do. And so those characters are all wrapped up with Marvel anyway. And same thing with the toy part because Marvel owns the toy part. The only reason there's a toy deal with the movies is because they made a deal so they could cross over. And that was part of the deal made with Sony was that they get a piece of the toys but that's not for the Spider-Verse. It's only for the Tom Holland Spider-Man. That's it. So, yeah.
I feel like we should be talking about how He-Man is streaming now and it's one of the
fuck that
movies
movie
ever made and it's
fuck
going to launch a whole new universe.
I've been dealing with that all day. I stayed off the internet because of that movie.
I know. I saw some of your comments.
I didn't really even go at it as much as I was glad I stayed off most of it.
I really just wanted to set you off a little bit.
Yeah.
Because your heart rate's not already up.
Just more people that don't understand what it is. But it's funny because a lot of the same arguments could be put towards He-Man that people are making about the Odyssey, but yet, they get that, right?
Well, and that was like one of the things I was actually afraid of with that movie.
Say what? Sorry.
I said that's one of the things I was kind of afraid of with He-Man is that it was going to have the feminist messaging in it.
It does.
It does. But people didn't recognize it the same way. I mean, they're being more subtle about it is the thing.
Well, and I think that's the wrong message that they've taken away from all this is that we have to be more subtle with the message. And it's like, well, great.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, intersectional feminism will always undermine masculine heroes.
Well, Andre got it right when he said when the HR business didn't work, it's okay to punch a Nazi.
Yeah.
So people are taking that the wrong way. They're like, oh, but he kicks Skeletor's ass. It's like that was going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
The part that bothered me wasn't him kicking his ass. The part that bothers me is that he tries to have an HR moment with him beforehand.
Oh, the part that bothered me was he has to get in touch with his feminine side before he can be the true He-Man because the others were just masculine assholes.
Yeah.
But you worked in HR. You understand the feminine side of things.
People just totally disregard that though, Brahma. Trust me, I've tried to bring that shit up. Same thing with fucking Drunken and how fucking his dad is and shit. It's like you do realize that they're painted as just as toxic as Skeletor, right? Mm-hmm. Like they're not much different. Right. They're all from the same era. Like that's the whole point. And like I said, these movies are written like they think men are still like living in the 1950s. And I got the same vibe from the Odyssey, right? It is like, especially Nolan anyway, has this like idea that the world is full of men that are just stuck in the 1950s or some shit.
Well, Brahma is. But
Nolan's whole idea was, we can't have true heroism. We've just got to have, I did a bad thing by actually going to war and winning the war. And now I've got PTSD because, a whole bunch of people died because of me. It's like, no, if you were going to war back then, the goal was to actually sack the city.
Well, not just that. Okay. I would think you would have more trauma.
They're not going to have remorse about it afterwards.
Yeah, I was going to say the main thing that they're missing is that during this time period, it's like, if you've read anything about the Akkadians, they're called the accursed Akkadians for a reason. And it's because of like a lot of their kings would fucking massacre entire towns and cities because you resisted. So I'm killing all of your men. Yeah, I mean, it's like that's how a lot of life was during the the Bronze Age. I mean, shit was fucking
how
brutal.
a lot of life was all the way up until 1700s. Conquest was a thing. I mean, everybody likes to gloss over all the crazy things the Indians were doing here, and we all know they were all killing each other. You would literally take all the women, you would murder all the men, and cut off a whole line.
Yep.
Because that's what you did. That's called conquest. The thing is, that's what the world did up until we became civilized. Half of the world is still doing it.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that this is an unfortunate part of human nature. Fortunately, with the modern times, we've become a lot more humane to one another for the most part. But yeah, it's like certain people. Yeah.
Mainly the West, yeah. And parts of Asia.
But yeah, Nolan likes to conquer cock.
True.
Just saying.
So yeah, it's the thing is, the idea of Odysseus feeling remorse for what he did, that's unheard of during that time period.
I can't wait for that,
especially after 10 years of standing outside the gates.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Finally,
it's like
getting in.
I would think it'd be more traumatic the fact that they were sitting there for 10 fucking years before they finally came to a conclusion to this war.
Yeah, doing nothing.
I want to see a movie where the Akkadian king that basically had this giant fucking pile of skulls from the people he murdered go, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I feel bad about it. It's like, no, that's not how.
The Odyssey 2, the year Odysseus got his period.
Yeah.
Well, you guys made the point earlier, and I mean, it's pretty real. Like you said with like African, but like look at the same thing. Like if they had taken some Native American culture and decided to retell their story and change
They've already done it.
And with Kevin Costner or something.
In more recent modernity terms, right? Like that's the thing. How many Native Americans would freak out about that? Right?
Well, like, I had this one joke I was going to post on Twitter about imagine basically doing a story about the Aztec sun god. I can't remember the guy's name at the moment. Casting a Korean man to play him.
Sure.
Having people defending by saying it's just fiction, bro.
Yeah.
And then having him break down and cry after he.
Well, no, the idea of because you're taking something from the Aztec culture, you're casting a Korean guy and not somebody who looks the part, and then defending it by saying, well, it's just fiction, bro. What does it matter? I mean, it's and the outrage that would come because of that. It's the fact that our culture doesn't get the same amount of respect is ridiculous because, again, going back to the whole thing with Moana and talking about how accurate it was to the Polynesian culture. And again, I support that. But the fact that we don't get the same treatment, the fact that they're doing the children of blood and bone, and I made the joke of where the white bitch is at, right?
It's allowed to bastardize Western values as much as you want. Anybody else? No.
Yep.
They're not fair game in any way.
Yeah.
Well, what I was getting to, and Rye brought up the Native Americans, sorry, Tox, but the reason is because, by the time you get to the 70s into the 80s, you had people saying shit, and trying to right the wrongs, however you want to put it.
The noble savage.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you had the same thing with the Black and Hispanic characters. They weren't just playing, robber number 2 anymore or rapist number 3. And fucking, it's
one of the funniest parts of Hollywood Shuffle.
Yeah.
That movie is Black Acting School.
Oh yeah. Black Acting School.
I'm off to play rapist number 3.
Well, that's like, and I totally get the criticisms, right? I mean, that is actually a valid criticism. But we're past that now. Okay. It's like when I talked to my wife about stuff, she's like, well, women weren't able to own, get their own credit cards till the 80s. I was like, yeah. And what year is it now?
And look at the fucking debt we have in credit card debt now.
Yeah. Trillion.
I'm just saying, not only to repeal the voting, we need to take away their financial freedoms too.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, hey, society has evolved past that point. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, and the other misnomer is the fact that women have always been oppressed. And it's like if you fucking pay attention to history and read history, that's not the fucking case. Okay, it is absolutely not the fucking case. And a lot of that stuff actually took place within the upper crust of society. Most of the peasants during the Middle Ages, a lot of egalitarianism going on between men and women.
Well, because we had gender roles, like women ran the household, the man did all the politics and, working, brought in the bread. The women got to decide a lot of times what even got done with the money for the most part, because they were the ones going and buying the goods that they then ate.
Well, Genghis
all of
Khan,
those kinds of things.
It was his wives that ran all of the kingdoms while he was gone.
Yeah. Well, and again, it goes back to the whole thing with running the household.
Because they were female, they were not allowed to sit the throne.
Well, they were all married to John Wayne, so
Well, that's the funny thing about it is that the comment or the viewpoint was men rule the world, the women rule the household, and it's like, and what ultimately influences the men? Well, it's their wives, obviously. So it's just it's fucking ridiculous.
But they are not in control of.
No,
they have levers they can pull within their household to make life very uncomfortable for the man.
Yep.
But ultimately, it is the man's decision which way the house goes.
All I'm saying is Henry VIII had the right idea.
Order them?
Just keep killing them until you get the right one.
Get rid of them until you find the right one.
Divorce, behead.
The one that he really liked, I think, was a former hooker. So there you go.
Was that the black chick, Anne Boleyn?
Yes.
Yeah, they were all black. It was England. Come on, Brahma.
According to Netflix.
Wake up. I know. But if we go back in history and make England black, does that mean that Netflix will be doing white Anne Boleyn?
That wouldn't be going back in history. That would be going back to the future.
Oh, okay. Got it. So.
Because it's happening right now.
Except it's a different nationality. All right. The Godzillionaire for $2. Without Heath Ledger dying, Nolan would be. I disagree.
I don't
completely disagree.
So. He's had plenty of good movies.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, Tox.
I'm going to agree with Godzillionaire because it's Godzilla. You know what? He's going to. The prayer is the Japanese prayer, ancient Japanese prayer. Go, may Godzilla destroy your house last. So because you guys dissed Godzillionaire, he's going to stomp on your houses first, stomp on mine last. There you go.
Well, I basically said I disagree with him. I was not disrespecting him. Joe, I enjoyed The Odyssey. It dragged in the first few hours. Cersei scene was straight up body horror. Yeah, it was. Dug the last hour. I give it a 7 out of 10. Hail. I respect your opinion, but I disagree with it.
That was respectful. That's very nice.
Yeah. I like Joe. He's not being a jackass or anything. So there you go. Mr. Haywood, Joe Blowman gifted another membership, which went to Joe. One Punch fan for $3 says, sing it, Tom. Save Stargate.
Save Stargate.
That's good.
Now say Ricola.
Wait. Ricola.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ricola.
All right. How Dobson became a member.
350.
Eric K for $5. The bow of Odysseus. Only he could string or shoot. Damon looked like he had a plastic toy for kids. Yeah.
Yep.
Sadly. Southern Bell for $5. The man in the head, but the woman in the neck, and she can turn it any way she wants. Yes. Pretty much. Pretty much.
Well, the man can cut off the spigot.
What? That was Lorena Bobbitt.
I like
there it is.
Other spigot.
All right. Sabertooth Raptor ships. I like the.
Oh, that
was
wasn't
not
for the
me.
ships. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. That's pretty cool, man.
I like that.
Pretty cool. This is also pretty cool.
I like it when you started, finishing the renderings and doing colorings.
Yep.
It really have taken off. His ships have taken off.
His ships have taken off. All right, Tox, you got memes or something, don't you?
Yeah, we got
I
some
sent
memes
you one.
here.
Did you see it?
What's that?
It's in the private chat.
Okay. Yeah. Memes from Tom Connors. Oh my.
I didn't
All
write
right.
that one. That one's not me.
That's fucking funny. I have to.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. That's fucking hilarious. All right, let me
Do the other ones first. I don't care.
get that real quick. Disney's Joan Rambo. The hunted is now
Lionsgate
the hunter.
Lionsgate is
Redoing
technically up for sale, and Disney's hovering around it, I guess.
Hunting it, yes.
Dude, no, absolutely fucking not. We've talked about this, and the funny thing about it is that they want to. It's the same thing where they're like, oh, well, we need a boys brand. It's like, well, the last two you turned into girls brand. What makes you think this is going to be any fucking different?
But that's the exact argument they're making for buying Lionsgate is we need more male brands. We don't have enough. It's like, no, you had
You're
them,
fucking
you turned
monopoly at
them
this point, guys.
off.
You need to stop buying shit.
Yep. That's the one thing the government needs to do is break up the monopolies so that we can have a pseudo-free market. So this is Odyssey is trying to put together the Trojan horse from IKEA there, and he's having
Well, that's
trouble
how it
with
looks
the
so
places.
good. That makes sense now.
Exactly. So
They ordered it from what, Sweden?
what
or
I
whatever?
like is these two guys over here are pulling in different directions. That's just
No, this goes here. No, this is part 17B.
This is my
It's
launch
a 17A.
It's mine. And he's just waiting for them to stop fucking around with it so he can put this heavy number
You guys
18
stop fucking
down.
around so we can get this thing done.
This doesn't look anything like it looks like in the picture, guys.
The only thing this needs is a catering table off to the side with a whole bunch of meatballs.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
we need
yeah.
wooden dolls. Who has the wooden dolls?
That's so funny, man.
That's I mean,
Who makes
the
a Trojan horse
was
that's
still
anatomically correct?
that was still one of the most egregious things in this film.
It's the best part is we could slide right down it.
Literally having Bernthal say it was full of shit and dead men and piss.
Yeah.
And nobody could smell it. And
Right,
they,
that's
like,
what was
called
my
it for,
first
like,
thing
2
I
days.
said. Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
I
there's
said,
no
I'm-
way.
I'm so done talking about this movie.
And the fact that
It's
they
just the
fucking
same
roll.
points over and over.
I know.
Stupid.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. Home Depot employee when you set off all the animatronics in the Halloween aisle. Yes.
Dude, what the fuck? Okay.
Halloween's
I went to
out
Home
already.
Depot. Actually, I went to
Yes.
Lowe's the other day, and they already have the Halloween decorations out. It's
All of them.
fucking July.
They've been out since the end of June.
Now,
Even
we've had 'em out
Costco
here
has had the
this
Halloween
week.
decorations since June.
Dude, it's like I'm seeing all this like Halloween themed shit already coming out right now. Like at work, we have food trucks come out, and like one of the food trucks already had like Halloween themed stuff. It's like it's July. We still have like 3 months.
Yep.
Oh, look,
But
they did,
all these stores
when
go
the Pops
seasonal
was
now,
vagina.
but I'm not sure whose season they're going off of, because like Costco here, it'll still be winter when they're getting their summer stuff out. Like, I mean, it's 30 degrees out and they've got their shorts and sleeveless shirts on sale in Colorado. And it's like, do you guys even think a little bit about what the actual seasons are, where your stores are? Or is it just Costco says, and it's not just Costco, it's everybody, but
It's
Costco
everything,
says it's spring somewhere, so we're now getting out the summer stuff, even in places where it's still 30 degrees and snowing. It drives me nuts because
That's one thing I
by the
always
time
found really
summer
annoying.
gets here, they're selling freaking winter clothes.
Yeah, but that's one thing I always found really annoying. It's like oh, it's gonna be cold. I should go get a jacket or something. And I go to the store and it's like already spring stuff. It's like, what the fuck, dude? It's like I want to get a jacket or a sweater or something. I can't find anything for a hoodie.
When I buy clothes, I want them to be something I can wear now, not wear sometime 4 months later.
Yeah.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is called being prepared.
Indeed.
All right. Meme number 3, thank you. Michael Jackson x John Cena. John. I can't
Tom's,
see.
No, I
Tom's
can't
gotta do it.
unfucking see that.
Tom's got to do the name.
I can't unfucking Cena it.
I want to get this real quick. This is funny.
Really high, Tom.
So John Platt says comics. You think that's bad? Here in the UK, they are starting to bring out Christmas stock. Dude, I get irate when they bring out the fucking Christmas stuff in October. Holy shit.
Yeah, because we just freaking skipped Thanksgiving, which is one of the most important holidays.
I agree.
Winter solstice.
Thanksgivings are problematic now.
I love Thanksgiving. It's like I
Only
like Thanksgiving more than Christmas.
You know why it's problematic? Because you white men stole all my corn. Fuck you guys.
But popcorn,
sorry.
We bought it for bees.
I'm sorry, you guys didn't even.
And
call
now it
corn.
runs an entire
was maize.
industry.
Maize, you bastard.
Maize. We
And
called
it
it
tasted
maize.
like shit.
And then you white men took the Indians off the Land of Lakes. You kept the lakes, got rid of the Indians.
Well, I don't know what you're bitching about. Y'all were we were the ones that taught you how to put butter on it in the first goddamn place. Y'all think you knew how to make butter?
Hey,
no.
hey. Don't look at me, Injun. Okay, it was the white progressives that did that. I was perfectly fine with the Land O'Lakes honey on it. Okay,
We taught you how to churn butter to everything. Churn,
And that's what I'm going to put my Land O'Lakes butter with the Indian lady on it on my pancakes that I don't eat with Aunt Jemima. Use a whole damn bottle.
They took the white actress playing an Indian lady off the fucking box. I can't believe it.
No.
We gave them horses and fire water in return.
And
plague-ridden
syphilis.
blankets.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody got syphilis. I mean,
I thought
that was a given.
syphilis came from, which is the one that came from the New World.
Syphilis.
Yeah, it was syphilis. Okay.
How do we know they didn't give it to us?
I'm trying to because like
Obviously,
no,
it's
I think
no.
that's the one
It was
that
like
they did.
it was either syphilis or chlamydia, which actually came from the New World.
Chlamydia.
Yeah.
Syphilis.
Because I
was
think there was
something.
plenty of people in the old world that had syphilis because you had plenty of people with no noses and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yes, it was chlamydia then. That makes sense. Klingon of the Hill. That's funny.
Hill. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that.
Have you guys started
no
watching
one-
the new King of the Hill season?
No, I need to.
It's pretty good so far. I'm 3
No one
episodes
needs
in.
an AR-15, says person who's obviously never seen the cockroaches in Texas. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on to the next. I'm going to gradually replace every part of this boat with an identical new part. So it remains the ship of Theseus, right? It remains the ship of Theseus, right? Yes. Yeah, it does.
Good.
Okay, let's say.
Was that about Ellen Page?
I believe so. I see a
Yeah.
small apartment. I see you alone and a lot of dice. Jesus, that's a lot of dice. That is definitely a tabletop game.
I just
right
found
there.
my dice bag the other day.
It's probably still between your legs, dragging the ground, shorty.
Not that dice bag, you jackass.
Sorry.
I thought you played every
You're the
Saturday.
step stool jackass. When you step up on the step stool for the wrestling stuff as the step stool jackass, does your dice bag whack against it when you step up there?
Just read the fucking meme talks.
I'm sorry. I upgraded the ship to run on herbs. We are now capable of time travel.
Damn it, Spock. How many times have I told you, don't make jokes?
What are we going to do with the parsley and sage?
Oh, there you go. Peter, Paul, and Mary. Horror, English, horrible, horrifying, horrific, terrible, terrifying, terrific. Oh, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is from The Onion, asking Zendaya, what drew you to The Odyssey? Zendaya, I've always had a passion for large wooden sculptures of farm animals filled with adult men.
Hello. Is it just me, or does
Hey.
she have makeup on herself to make her look darker than she really is?
She does there.
Oh, I
yes.
believe that for
No,
sure.
I think it's just trying to make
It's
her
like
look a
reverse
female
Michael
for
Jackson.
once.
Yeah. She's got the whatever. I've been trying to
Isn't it?
contact you about your boat's extended warranty.
Those motherfuckers are sharks. My phone rings from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. constantly.
Oh, the one that I'm getting right now is, we're trying to reach out to you about your consolidated loan for $40,000. It's like,
I got Medicare and fucking funeral expenses and fucking car loans and you name it. Fucking, it's all there. Oh, I was in an accident. You know what they really, when that makes them hang up real quick, is like, yeah, I was in an accident. Those fucking kids, it's their fault. They jumped out in front of me.
you know, Tom,
Yeah, they're going.
if you upgrade from that flip phone, you can actually turn on spam filtering.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
Oh,
have
well,
that,
that's
but
good.
it doesn't work. And actually, I do have a flip phone, but it's a newer flip phone. See? Ooh.
So how did we not see this back then? It's Tom Selleck. And
No, I totally saw that back
Oh,
then.
everybody
Yeah.
saw that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Saw that.
Chippendale?
Yeah.
It's just like Nedry in fucking Jurassic Park is dressed like each one of the Goonies
Oh, yeah.
throughout the film.
That's cool.
Then by the time you're 50, you should have a favorite bird. Me, does the rotisserie chicken count? Yes, it
Not
does.
only that, I believe that the
$5.99.
Chinese kid in Gremlins and Short Round are wearing the same cap and might even be wearing the same fucking outfit.
Isn't it like a Dodgers cap?
I think so. I think they're both wearing the same Dodgers cap is my point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised they just didn't have Key Luke play both roles.
There you go,
So,
comics. You
comics
do something
Roadrunner?
like that.
So
Yes.
apparently on the Roadrunner and Tox is the coyote.
Wiley
Was he
Coyote
supposed to
and-
say something? Because he didn't say anything. It was just like,
I never
Yeah.
see it.
meep, meep.
It's Sheep Runner 2026. I like this one.
Nice.
Yeah, he's
Do
an
electric
android dreaming
slick
of
sheep
electric
dream?
sheep.
Well, they're going to dream about his cock tonight.
Oh, just like comics. All right, there we go. Oh, he'd be wearing a helmet.
I'm waiting for it to zoom out and it'd be like two kids like on a little zoomy track thing with like electric wires. The joke is gone.
Typewriter sounds.
The joke is gone. It's
Yes.
not there.
The joke is gone.
The joke is gone. That's normal.
Gravy.
That's Brahma when he's eating food.
Oh, what the
And
fuck?
whoa,
drinking
he's-
gravy,
what
too.
the hell?
He's like David fucking Copperfield.
You know what I had tonight, comics?
Gravy?
Chicken fried chicken with gravy, with double order of mashed potatoes.
Wait a minute.
With gravy.
Chicken fried chicken?
Yeah, that's the
chicken
thing.
fried chicken, baby.
I've heard of chicken fried steak.
but with chicken.
It's basically chicken fried
Country
steak, but with
fried
chicken.
I mean, it's a
It's just
boneless
fried
breast,
chicken then.
battered.
No,
It's a
no,
chicken
okay.
fillet.
It's not
Fried
on the
chicken
bone.
is bone in.
Is
This is
bone
a
on. Yeah, fried
it's a-
chicken. is
it's a-
bone
Like I
flat-
said, it's a chicken fillet.
yes, it's a chicken fillet.
It
Yeah,
kinda
it's a chicken fillet.
Chick-fil-A.
fucking
Yeah.
More like a
Southerners
Cracker
weird.
Barrel. They do chicken
You
fried chicken.
cracker.
Fuck you,
I just wanna
Northerners.
Who's the stupid motherfucker that started putting
You can't
pickles
have
on
no
chicken
cheese.
sandwiches?
Fuck you.
Who's the super motherfucker that started doing
Yeah,
what with
but-
chicken sandwiches?
Started
Putting
putting
pickles.
pickles on chicken sandwiches. There was never
the
pickles
fuck?
on chicken
They've
sandwiches.
always put pickles on chicken
No,
sandwiches. We
No,
talking
no.
We know.
McDonald's only does it on certain stupid ones, and I can't believe by now they haven't figured out that nobody, and I mean nobody, puts fucking pickles on chicken.
I'm pretty
What the
sure it
fuck
was
is
Chick-fil-A.
that?
because
Chick-fil-A
they
does.
also-
It's great. Fuck you.
Chick-fil-A is
I'm
Chick-fil-A
pretty
is
retarded.
sure
balls.
part of what makes Chick-fil-A's chicken the way it is because they also, I think, marinate in pickle juice. And
I think I
have
had it
pickle
once,
juice
and it was
in
the
batter.
nastiest shit I ever had, and I was like, "Why is this
Oh,
a
it's
thing?"
just
God.
disgusting.
Their lemonade's fucking amazing.
Maybe
We're
I
gonna
don't know.
throw
I
it
haven't
in.
tried it.
Mom. Damn, dude, we're about to have to fight for the first time. I've
The
ever
Odyssey
wanted to
spoilers
fight.
without context.
I
Okay,
don't
so
have the energy to figure them out.
the dog dies. There's the Cyclops. I don't get
The
the Fury.
mermaids,
Sirens?
mermans, sirens.
They're not
Okay.
in the movie.
Turns
though.
them
There's
into
pigs, absolute cinema, which is what people have been said. There's the whole thing with Odysseus and the bow.
Mm-hmm.
There's the lotus.
Lotuses.
I don't get the cat, and again, there's the holy cow, which is basically the holy cattle
I
of Helios.
think this was made by somebody who didn't actually watch the movie.
Okay, good.
That's my guess.
Yes, bro. Summer is better than winter. This summer. Yeah.
You know what? You're not from Wisconsin, though. You don't understand.
It sucked in the comics, but it's in the comics. Yeah. Always love that one. That's a great one. It should be comic book accurate, but it sucked. It's the specialty of the Fort Bragg-based 82nd Airborne Division. What is marrying a stripper and 24% APR?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't get it.
It's a military joke. They're stupid.
Outside of every single military base, if
It's always a strip club.
If strip clubs are allowed in the state, there is a strip
There's
club
one there
at the exit there. And there's usually a massage parlor on either side of the strip club.
Oh, wow, that's convenient.
I had this shirt.
Okay.
I want to go to a strip club.
To quote Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 3, line 92, no.
No.
Yes.
I thought it was knoweth.
Knoweth. I had 2 Supergirl tickets in my car. Someone broke in and left 2 more.
I hate that when that happens. Somebody did that to me with
Those
Motu.
bastards.
God damn it.
When you're stretching in bed and you feel your calves start to tighten.
Oh,
that happens to me every morning.
If I point my toes even a little bit,
right?
Oh, I get the same
full
thing.
on leg cramp.
Right? I think that just comes with age,
freaking
man.
sucks.
Yes.
I'm finally at that age.
Instead
I
of
can't
yelling
even
at parked
enjoy a
cars-
stretch in the morning when I wake up.
Yeah, because
instead
you
of
don't know
yelling at parked
which
cars,
muscle
we're
you're
gonna-
going to blow that
Dude,
day.
I found that when I start getting that half cramp, I actually have to get out of bed and stand up for it to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get yourself a
You
stretch
must-
strap.
Yeah.
Did I say that?
I didn't.
So instead of yelling at parked cars, it's going to be old men with cramps.
Yeah, yelling at cramps.
Yelling at my calves. I skipped leg day.
I have to sleep with my feet hanging over the edge of the bed because I will get leg cramps in my sleep if I have them on the bed or if I sleep on my back. Life sucks.
It does.
It does. You're getting old.
This is fucking hilarious.
And that, son, is where baby jets come from. Mom, so big. The
You know
moment
you're
when
getting old when you
realize
put
it
your back out
spells
putting
home.
your pants on.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. That moment when you realize it spells horse.
Somebody manipulated that
H.
shit.
Yes.
That
E.
ain't real.
Yeah, it's probably not
That
real.
ain't real.
That's fucking great.
That's real.
I spent half an hour trying to talk with them, wanting to learn about their culture until the bartender cut me off and told me they were patio umbrellas.
Oh my god.
I thought this was Eyes Wide Shut party.
Yeah, so it looked like Biden has fallen. I, Star Crackle, am now the new nominee. Democraticons, follow me.
But I got back up.
I did. I'm fine.
I fell up the stairs.
Films by Christopher Nolan, The Odyssey. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It's like Madison right now. They're doing BLM for a Hispanic dude, but yeah.
I'd wear this shirt. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's the still image, and that, yeah, that's comics with a hairy ball sack hanging from his mouth.
Although he's
That's
technically saying
disgusting.
beep beep, but yeah.
Beep, beep.
Yeah.
meep meep.
It
Meep,
sounds like meep meep, but yeah, it's supposed to be beep beep. Like a horn.
Emily
oh my
Kimmel.
God.
Who the fuck is that?
That's Emily Kimmel. It's that chick that was talking about the
Oh, but it's
Odyssey
Ryan.
stuff. But it's Ryan.
Is
Yeah.
that not
Okay.
Ryan Johnson?
No, it's Ryan Kinnell.
Ryan
Looks like
Kinnell.
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Kinnell is
I
Ryan
literally
Johnson's
thought that was
son.
Ryan Johnson.
The Audacity. I think we saw that.
I
No,
love
that's
that.
me.
Now that's the movie I want to see.
No shit.
I'm coming home and I'm gonna whoop some ass.
Yeah, because like again, if they fucking made it a parody,
What do you mean, you people?
it would be a lot better of a movie. A black sheriff.
I'm not kidding though.
I mean-
People have
Yeah,
slept
sure
on that
is.
for years. The Friday is basically the Odyssey. The movie Friday with Ice-T or Ice Cube and
I've never
Eric
fucking
Tucker.
seen it.
You should.
If you
this
think
point-
about it and stand back and look at it, you're like, holy shit, it kind of is like a modern retelling of the Odyssey. It's not about, leaving home necessarily, but it's like this weird journey with these creatures,
Well,
people
what if
that
there
are
was
after
no
him.
way home?
There is no way
Oh.
home, like Spider-Man.
At this point with
Indeed.
Doomsday and Downey Jr., though, it is like a dude pretending to be another dude pretending to
It
be
is.
another dude.
You're not wrong.
Yep. Yeah,
because they say that they're not going to acknowledge it in the film either. Supposedly,
that's fucking funny.
God.
All right, German Cyber for $10. The best way to get insurance companies to stop calling you, tell them you have USA Insurance. They hang up faster and never call back.
I've come up with all sorts of things. I get so many calling that I'll be on the line with one of them when another one's calling. I'll just fucking merge the calls just to see if they go at each other. Yeah.
Which one of you is going to give me the better deal?
And I try to get them hanging on. My favorite one ever was one for the Medicaid, and it's like, why did you take away my wife's Medicaid? And the guy's like, no, I didn't take your wife's Medicaid. I'm calling to help you get more money.
We did not do anything.
Yeah, we did not do anything to your Medicaid. Yes, no, sir. I'm like, well, my wife was almost 69, and I did get to 69, and she didn't get to 69, and all we wanted to do was get to 69.
Dude,
Tom, you licked that one.
Dude, so like my buddy Donnie, what he used to do whenever someone would call him by accident, or if he got like a insurance call or whatever, he'd be like, yeah, oh, Joe, no, yeah, Joe's busy. He's out back getting a blowjob, and
I do.
Then they would call back. This is the best part, is that they will call back. Oh no, Joe's still getting a blowjob. What the?
My favorite ones.
If I call a random number and I said, yeah, is Joe there? And they're like, no, Joe's getting a blowjob. And it's like, okay, maybe this is the wrong number. Maybe I should check.
Walk them on a peace sign.
That's how I know it's the right number.
My other favorite one to do is when they come on and they're like, hello, my name is Christopher. And it's like, hey, Chris, you sound like a sexy boy.
My name is Bob.
I'll give you my credit card number or whatever you want if you just help me come, baby.
This is Kevin from New Jersey.
Yeah, this is Kevin. I'm calling from Wisconsin.
Yeah,
my name is Joe.
Right.
I am in Ohio. Believe it or not.
I am from Birmingham.
No, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, this might be a scam. Yeah, I am. Click.
See, and here's the thing. I used to think it probably was a scam, and it probably was an Indian call center. But after all the H-1B visas, I'm kind of believing this is Joe from Ohio.
Yeah,
you might be right.
In Ohio. Yeah,
you might be right. You know.
Oh God.
True.
Try Indian Simulator. It's funny as fuck. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, it's been a long day. Comics, why don't you shut the fuck up and let us get out of here?
Let's get out of here. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
I've only been here for like 40 minutes. What are you guys talking about? Oh, boo.
Boo.
You're not even putting Freddy first? Screw you.
I know. Fuck
all right, fine.
Damn it. Oh, man. Well, everyone.
This promise gotta be a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, I actually had the best weekend of my life. Sean Estep, by the way, came and gave me a gift. He came all the way down to the convention.
Oh, awesome. You got to meet Sean. That's awesome.
Yeah, literally. And he came and saw Culture Casino, who I also got to hang out with in person all weekend. We went to dinner. We genuinely had a great time.
Had a lot of butt sex. It's great.
Right. Well, and he was with WDW Pro. We definitely did. He was with WDW Pro. I met Culture Boss, Fake Wizard, Critical Drinker. Bought me a drink when I was hanging out with him in Camelot. So I had a crazy weekend, everyone, and I'll be talking more about it on my stuff. But that's why I've been kind of away from the show last week and this week, and I'm
now you
sick.
got con crud.
I feel awful, guys. I got so messed up all week. And
you can tell he is gay because he just mentioned all the guys that he hung out with and didn't mention like Force of Light Entertainment, Michelle and Natalie.
They followed me, by the way. They were so nice. I'm following them online as well. Beautiful, awesome people. Oh, and big thanks. I literally do want to publicly thank Valiant Renegade. Bought a bunch of us dinner. I haven't been able to get to him yet, but publicly, huge thanks to Valiant Renegade.
That guy's a total jerk. Well. Oh my God. That guy.
Yeah, right. No, he literally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's funny is I'd never met him, but because I was with Culture and all those guys, he just did. So anyway, guys,
Culture in a biblical way.
And to be fair, Force of Light, by the way, they didn't even know who I was, and they were super kind to me. They just kind of saw I was there. Oh, last one, Khalil. Khalil Too Short.
Kata? Yeah, Kata's dude. Fucking cool,
he was
dude.
so fun. Cool. Yeah. But that being said, yeah.
Definitely
so
not
just want to
instant
shout out all
phobes,
the
are
people. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing is like when you're with them in real life, again, most of them didn't know me, right? So they were just like, oh, this guy who's, seems to know culture. Obviously, I know Wizard and stuff. And then they just kind of kept coming up and talk like WDW again, a guy who didn't know me, but they were all so polite. And then kind of we started following each other. So yeah, I just want to say shout out to all of them. All of them were truly, genuinely kind to me. And then when I was like, oh, I'm part of Comics Division show, when they were kind of asked what I do,
I was just about to say, I'm so glad you didn't name drop any of us because that brings us all down.
Well, I was with Culture, so Culture was part of the
Culture
one
hasn't been here in like 6 months, so
sorry. Well, stepped on my punchline. I was just gonna say, I said I was part of the show, and they said, "Fuck you." So yeah. Anyway, I was really just doing that. Anyway, they all had
Valiant saying that. Yeah,
I know they all had really cool stuff to say though. Actually, so everyone sends their love as well. That hasn't talked to us in a while. Again, Culture. He said he'll stop by at some point. I made him promise. We'll see if that happens. But that's
I need to let Culture know that I'm ditching him.
Yeah. That is so funny, dude. You should. I told him, I was like, I'm going to replace you, man. I had the fake beard and everything.
Just kick him off the EV Mugs plan. He'll get.
So what I'm doing is all the new intros. We're just going to rotoscope Freddy's face over Culture.
That'd be good.
Well, okay, because I told Culture, is like, hey, I'll let you know if I'm going to be going. Because I asked him, it's like, are you going to be going? He's like, no, I wasn't really thinking about going because, being retired and money and whatnot. And then he lets me know, hey, I'm going to be staying with Eric K. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I'm like, I still can't get the time off.
Which, in Vegas?
Yeah, for Vegas.
Oh, because Channel Surf also offered to let you have a room.
Oh,
tonight during the stream.
Oh,
because he's upset that you're not going.
I'm sorry, Channel Surf. Yeah, unfortunately, because of the new job, I don't have time off.
You guys all met comics previously. I don't know why you'd want to do it again.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, thanks, Freddie, and glad you guys had a good time, man. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, no,
it was. Dude, really you can juggle. That's talent. Okay, here's Tom.
Oh, check out my new channel.
Night's Ed After Dark 2.
That one. Yeah.
Tom's got a new channel. You should check it out.
It's a nude channel. That's right.
Yeah.
Is that right? I'm subscribing right now.
Do all my streams pantless.
Hey, you're not nude on these. I'm unsubscribing.
Hey, that man's dick is dressed like Michael Jackson.
I will do some cock magic if you let me.
It's true, Your Honor. This
yeah, I want to get out of here.
Right. This honor. This man has no.
Who's that? I don't know. Must be a king. Why? He hasn't got
covering his shit.
So it's been a crazy week. The wife turned 50 this week, on the same night that I got very, very hammered and talked about The Odyssey on my political stream for way too long. Tomorrow I'll be on Ascent and Art. Sunday we will have another episode of The Bullpen, more in line with the politics than The Odyssey, because I'm not talking about that stupid freaking movie ever again. Good night, everybody.
Okay.
Cheers.
Hi, Talks.
Booger. That's so comics. It'll be you'll be doing a video apparently.
Yes, folks. I actually recorded a video. The funny thing is, I actually recorded a Tuesday, didn't like it, so I re-recorded it Wednesday, and now I got to edit it, and it's probably gonna be well over 20 minutes long.
Oh God, that's all right.
Well, the interesting thing about it is that I recorded it using not Canva, Camtasia.
Camtasia.
Yeah, well, because I've had Camtasia, and that's what I use for other stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I'm actually using Camtasia, and the nice thing about it is I could actually capture myself and when I'm talking about at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah, it's a miracle, which is great because I could actually switch between the article and myself a lot faster and easier.
Comics can transition faster.
Yes, I am actually coming out of video retirement. Did you guys realize that the last video I dropped was September of last year? I almost finished a whole year without doing a video.
I knew that.
Yeah,
it's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, thanks everybody for being here tonight. There's a lot of great super chats, a lot of good, not in IMAX comics. That makes him 4'11". A lot of great banter in the chat. Thank you all very much. Remember, go see the Nolan film and protest that Karjakis and Roberus are not in the film. There's no representation. So
at least one of them was on his crew.
At least one.
At least one.
My
second
ribs are
command,
gone.
I believe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's some credits, folks. Good night.
Night.
Video will be dropping tomorrow.
Whoa.
Hopefully before F&T.
Oh no, you should drop it at the same time as F&T and see who's got more pull.
Yeah.
Totally.
Dude, you're gonna crush
I'm
him.
smart. I'll say I'm releasing it now after F&T so people can go watch it.
Yeah, right after the Open Comics. How you doing? Welcome aboard. Well, I just dropped a video. Everyone go watch it.
I know, for real. For once, comics will actually have something to plug on there.
Besides his own rectum.
Oh,
well, let's be honest, Tox. The only rectum that's getting plugged around here is yours.
Hey.
Hey, whoa,
Hey. It's all fun and games until, hey. Keep away from the sheriff's badge. Oh, Roland's offline. That's son of a bitch.
It's not here.
Good to know.
I don't even know why you added him to the front.
Because he came here for one of these things.
I know.
Roland came. Doesn't happen for him.
Not these days. The only proof that Roland has ever come is me, unfortunately.
Yep.
Wow.
He might have spilled his seed on the side of the road.
I'm sorry, Ian. How do you think children are made? Are you not the semen of your own father?
No, I was taking that a completely different direction.
Oh my god, no. He would never do that to me, his own son. Do not come. Do not come.
It's the CCC, or we could spell them all with K's, and it could be the KKK, Comics Content Comeback.
By the way, can I tell you how many people go, oh, you're Dick's division, when I mention that was a part of the show?
Oh my god! That's all Tox's fault, by the way.
Literally everyone called me Dick's division all weekend. Like, unironically.
Okay, Dick's Division is proof that you don't make your own legacy, okay?
I kind of. That's why I was like, oh my goodness. I was around all these YouTubers, guys, like Critical Drinker, be like, yeah, Freddie, he's Dick's Division. I'm like, fuck me. This is what I've done. But I love it, dude. I mean, to be fair, it could be worse. I am going to come next year.
Comics, you're forever associated with big dicks. You should be fine with that.
Should be proud. At least we have a name for the crew.
I'm ending the stream now.
He drives a Honda Civic, but he's got a